What do you guys give me if I kill that bird? Barbara, that's a bald eagle. Get away, baldy! Yeah!
He's at 10% of what he started.
Oh, well, good evening, and good evening. This is The Wort with Mike, Pete, and Steve, GovsRadio.com. We are live here at Govs Comedy Radio Station. We are over. Happy New Year. I was kidding. You could scream it out. That's fine, buddy. We are tonight live on Facebook on the Govs Comedy Radio Podcast channel. We are live on YouTube on the Govs Comedy Radio Podcast channel. We'll go to Instagram Live in a little bit. We're joined with some friends in the studio tonight to kick off season 5. Peter?
What? Five.
This is the 5th year of the show, and it feels like not that many, right?
It doesn't, no.
No?
It feels a lot shorter than that.
It does. It's really only Steve's second full year, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Am I on?
Yeah,
With
you're
him
on.
came the plague.
Yeah, and then come the plague came, then Steve. Steve, then the plague. Tonight in studio.
Did I bring the plague?
All I'm saying is,
Wow. I didn't put two and two together.
Did that
until
happen?
just now.
Shit.
Yeah.
I am
I'm going to say
the plague master.
the plague came and then Steve came. We'll just say it as that.
Whatever.
Steve actually
Either
saved
way,
us
Steve
from
came.
some sort of
So that's all that matters to me.
benefit always.
Happy day.
Happy me.
Tonight, we are kicking off season 5 with our sponsors. We'll start with Stephen with Rosie's Draft Solutions.
Right. Rosie's Draft Solutions is a Long Island family-owned business that provides professional draft beer system services, line cleanings, and maintenance. Draft beer line system installs, event dispensing solutions, and more. They are passionate about craft beer and making sure it has the same quality as when it left the brewery, and that is done by making sure the draft system the beer is being poured from is perfectly clean. Rosie's services bars, restaurants, halls, events, and all other beverage establishments, including homes, and all other beverage establishments across Long Island and Westchester. With backgrounds in professional brewing, certified Cicerone, I love that word, Cicerone, and off-flavor detection, they are here to bring professional services so that you can serve the best quality beer and obtaining the best yields from your kegs.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying, Mikey.
All about them yields.
Yeah. You can reach them at Rosie's Draft Solutions at rosiesdraftsolutions@gmail.com or call them at 631-219-2075 Monday through Sunday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Boom.
Mention the Wort. Steve will give you the plague.
There you go. Of course, rosiesdraftsolutions.com. And if you call Nick, tell him the Wort sent you. We're also tonight sponsored by Beer Maker. Peter?
Beer Maker, your at-home all-grain countertop brewing system. I've got a Dunkelweiss going right now.
Brewing right now, right?
Pretty excited. Nice. I followed the recipe for the doggy treats. So I took some of the spent grain, mixed it with some peanut butter and egg and some flour, and a couple hours later, doggy treats. Beer Maker, brew whatever kind of fucking style you want. There's Dunkelweizen, there's New England hazy IPAs, West Coast IPAs, ambers, stouts, Hells,
Red Ale,
Mexican lager,
it's
brew your own, buy your own
everything.
ingredients.
And you brew a gallon at a time. So
Gallon at a time.
not
So
like-
if it sucks,
fuck
and
it
it
on to
doesn't,
the next one.
on to the next one. That's right. But it won't suck because they won the gold medal for home brewing.
Yeah, for a stout.
Stout, the chubby stout, delicious milk stout. It's got a cow as a little logo.
Hit us with
Very
the promo
adorable.
code, Peter.
The Wort for 10% off all your maker kits.
That's right. The Wort spelled W-O-R-T.
Wort.
B-E-E-R.
BER
MKR.
MKR. Leave off the last A for
Nothing.
savings.
For
I don't know.
That's Sleepy's.
Ow. With that,
Beer Maker. Go to our link in our Instagram page. The link tree has direct to Beer Maker. Also, again, when you check out, type in promo code The Wort. We're also sponsored by VintageBeerShirtClub.com. VintageBeerShirtClub.com for your Vintage Beer Shirt Club shirts. We'll be getting a new shipment of those to give out very, very soon. If you're going to go ahead and sign up for the subscription, type in The Wort into the promo code and receive percentage off your monthly subscription. Also sponsored by Brewbag for your beer pong cornhole.
can't wait to play goddamn
I know, it's too cold for that today and tomorrow.
Is it?
Your beans
Yeah.
would be really frozen.
That's really frozen
That's
beans.
all I'm going to say. Your
I'm
bag,
afraid I'm going to crack the board.
You
with
might
some,
crack your bag.
Yeah.
Which-
So go to brewbag.com. Also, we have a link in our Instagram bio for the link tree that can get you over to our discount page, or type into the promo code The Wort for your discounted brew bag. Go to brewbag.com. Thank you very much for them. We're also sponsored by Physics for your tap dispensary, individual tap dispensary machine, which is a lot of fun. I got the brand new traveling case for it on sale with our promo code The Wort.
Nice.
Received it 20% off. Got it for just under $20 with shipping. It was freaking phenomenal. It's a big
nothing.
plastic case. It fits right in. It's
Take that thing everywhere.
everywhere now. I can
Does it
take
have
it
a
on the
carrying
road.
strap?
Oh, carrying what?
Strap.
Strap? No, it's just like a briefcase type of style. So go to physics.com and type in promo code The Wort for your 20% off. Also, big shout outs to Hopscotch.
Hopscotch Bottle Shop.
Hopscotch. And our friends over at American Beauty. Mike is here today with us. I'm trying to get the camera up really quick. There he is.
Good evening. Such a handsome
And of course,
young
we
man.
have to say hello to Robbie with Robbie Panda's Dank Beer Reviews over at West Babylon Superstar. So we got a bunch of industry people in here tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun drinking and having a good time. And Pete
Do it. There you go.
has no
little
time
disappointing.
to do that, but here, I'll redo it for you.
But there's no backstory to
No.
here tonight. It's just we could just start
We
drinking.
could just start drinking whatever.
Just fucking go.
I want to start with Mike, because Mike, you were on the show, believe it or not, 2 years ago.
Correct.
You were in the studio with Mark in his first night on the show, and bringing his dossier with cheeses and just
I was gonna bring a grilled cheese.
I know,
tonight.
I was so excited.
on the whole way here.
Long Island's best grilled cheese.
Yeah, voted number 1.
percenters on an empty stomach.
Yeah, why not? Sure.
Cheers.
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 Look, cheers.
Happy New Year, boys.
Yes.
Cheers. Happy 2022. May it
We,
suck a lot
May
less.
it not be last year.
Hey, stick you in your ass. I mean, I brought the plague last year. What were you bringing, guys?
There's a place by my house that on their board outside, they have these things. I think they change it about once a week. And this week's was, I didn't realize that 2020 was going to be a trilogy. That was pretty good. They come up with some pretty clever
Not
stuff,
wrong.
and not like memes. Like, they don't just copy memes that
And
are
it's like
online.
a trilogy, like the Star Wars prequel trilogy, like terrible.
Like Jar Jar Binks.
Right, Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks.
I try to watch that with my oldest over the weekend. She's like, "This is terrible.
Yeah.
Like, this is boring."
You paid to see this. Yes, we did.
You spent actual money on this.
I never did like Star Wars to that level. Like, I was a Transformer guy, a Marvel guy. I read comics. I didn't do Star Wars comics or anything like that. But when the first three, not the first in the 70s and 80s, but the first three came out in the 2000s, they had like that display at Taco Bell. I don't know if you remember. It was a Hummer. And out of the Hummer, it was like a giveaway for the Star Wars promotion. And the Hummer came like Yoda and some other crap. And who Samuel L. Jackson's character, I don't remember what his name was.
Mace Windu.
Windu, there you go.
Well,
And I thought it was the coolest
you
thing.
fucking knew that immediately.
He's
You
on my
buff.
team for trivia
You
night.
buff.
Yeah.
You Star Wars buff you.
So we were hammered, right? And that's what tonight's about, just storytelling and some shit. We were hammered, I think I was 22, at Taco Bell, 2 a.m. They're still letting people in. Total mistake by them. We left with that entire display. That came out of the Taco Bell into my 76 Oldsmobile Cutlass Salon. We drove it back to my house. It sat in my room for 3 years. It was a 6
what else
to
do you do
7
with it?
foot massive display with all the characters popping out. What else did we do with it? Well, it eventually left my room and went out to Cavorton, where we ended up shooting at it.
There you go.
And
This
that,
is where
of
I
course,
wish we had
goes
camera phones.
as one does.
I wish we would have had camera
Not
phones
back
now.
Oh no,
Because
no,
they're-
you don't.
No.
I might have been in a lot more trouble than I probably
we
ever
all
could have been
Let's see.
had we
where
had
you're
camera
sitting.
phones.
Let's see. Doing things with beautiful young women and getting caught burying hookers in the backyard of somebody's yard. Yeah, I don't know.
things I've
How
never
many
done.
hookers has it been, Steve?
You know, you lose count.
They all look the same.
Yeah.
They all say the same thing. Oh, please no, please no.
It was enough to not want to put an in-ground pool in.
Yes, never, ever.
Okay. Can we put the in-ground pool, Dad?
That's why he has a semi in ground.
That's right. It's built on top of the
On
hookers.
top of it. You know, it's so deep.
You're swimming on the souls of lost children. I'm just saying, you started. You're the one that killed them, not me.
And that's the end of the
statement
word.
about the camera phones. I retract my
Right.
statement.
No, that's fine. No, like Steve,
I
Steve's
was
just
wrong.
that is
Welcome to season 5. There will not be a season 6.
We end
Well,
right here.
people, it was nice. This is our last show, and
Came in after
That's only if
COVID,
you get
we'll leave
caught.
before it.
only if you get caught.
only if you get good.
This is good.
They still haven't pinned me with Gilgo.
Dry. Skating free on that one. The sand got really messy over there, huh? Got all on your shoes. That should have been an easy forensic file. I mean, easy.
Just find the guy.
Just find the guy with all the sand, in the
everywhere.
back. I don't understand. The stories that I've been thinking about over this break this last month of just not being on the air and kind of discussing stuff with friends and going back through some pictures I was cleaning out some stuff. That Taco Bell story came up because I have pictures of the dashboard of my car, 76 Oldsmobile, and they also were giving out in like the Happy Meals like the characters, right? So I had Yoda on my dashboard. I had like this weird mirror of Stormtrooper and Darth Vader. They were the classic characters, but yet the new movies were out, and none of the new characters were on there. Boba Fett flying in the air like this, and none of it pertained to the newer movies. I never really understood it, and then they
Because
re-released.
Jar Jar Binks is fucking terrible.
Right, it was just, that's an awful character. So the 76 Oldsmobile ended up being in O'Toole lore. One of the things that was, and so I'll tell you what happened to it. And I ended up selling it to a guy who took it to the Riverhead racetrack, who ran it in the Demolition Derby.
Nice.
That thing was pure steel, American, just power. It's
5
AV8.
tons.
Did he win? Did he win?
I don't know. I lost track. I told him to tell me, and he never told me. And I was
Because he ran over a bunch of hookers. That's why.
like 25.
How many
20
hookers do you think you could have fit in the trunk of a 76
Oh,
Oldsmobile
Jesus.
Cutlass
Well, they always
Salon?
say how many body of a trunk is that? It's like a 7-body trunk. I think maybe like a 6 or 7 body trunk.
It depends how you stuff them in there.
I fit a lot of
I
stuff.
did
in
about
there.
8.
You couldn't do the scene in Goodfellas where they killed Dennis Farina in the back of the car. Like, you couldn't
Not
do
anymore.
that now.
No.
You couldn't fit that in
no.
a-
Oh no! Well,
No.
How are you stabbing him in the back of a crossover like that? No.
Prius ain't cutting it.
So we used to run it in the parking lots. We'd get drunk and kind of go to parking lots out east, and we'd find shopping carts. And I'd run my car into shopping carts going 40, 50 miles an hour and watch them go, whee!
No dents.
Not a scratch. Not a scratch. You know what the
Parts
worst
were
part of the car
mangled.
was?
People were like, "Why is this thing pulling to the right?"
The worst part about my car was inside the car. Inside the car, I only had an AM radio, which I decided, being smart, that I was going to replace on my own with an AM/FM cassette player. Well, the car lit on fire in the middle of the Lincoln Tunnel on the way to Jersey. The dashboard caught on fire.
I wonder why. Shoddy wiring.
Yeah, a little bit. I think I used duct tape instead of electrical tape and stupid things that I did when I was 20-something years old and didn't know any better. And I ended up taking a 3-disc CD changer, putting it in it was a full size like your room, you'd have it in your room, and in the back seat it had D batteries, so I had to replace the D batteries every month. It was like $8, so you know how much that cost me. I had the 2 speakers wired up in the back of the window, where I had a big, what looked like a gold Thanos fist, but it was an air freshener. And I used to have a aux cord that ran up to the front on a CD player right on my middle console, and it was not the anti-skip type of CD player.
Did you just play
big
like
bump.
that lowrider song on repeat?
At one point, we took the the guards on the shopping carts, those plastic guards. We slid them off, and they slid perfectly onto my actual handles of my car. So on both sides of my car, I have a powder blue car with a white top. I had red Stop and Shop handles
There you go.
that fit on perfectly, allowed me to open it. So these are the things that I was thinking about over the break. Think about the drunk times I had when in my 20s and having a ball and not giving a shit, and of course not having a cell phone to make it all permanent and forever. Thank God. But I'll tell these stories now on the air.
Now that your kids
no one got hurt.
Now that your kids are going to
Statute of
bed,
limitations.
Can't be proven.
Statute of limitations have expired.
It never happened.
It was over 20 years ago. I think that's legally bound to not have to be hauled up in court. If anyone finds me with a shopping cart in my front yard, I'll know you
But
heard
there's
the show.
no statute of limitations on dead hookers. Just so
No, none
on
of them were.
murdering those hookers.
I'll say none of the dead hookers were hurt in any of my
Never
shenanigans.
said I murdered them.
You found them?
Just buried them.
You were part of a bigger scheme, weren't you? Little Ponzi scheme. So in the studio tonight, it's a little bit.
Nice segue.
Anyways.
Nice segue.
I had to get
so
the
what were this
stories
weekend
out.
specials at American Beauty?
Proof of 2 dead hookers get you a burger.
Coupon code dead hooker.
Hashtag I killed her.
You guys have had some major changes since last we spoke to you.
Yes.
So we were had you on when it was still Effin' Beauty,
Correct.
which it is not now. It's American Beauty Bistro.
That's Mass
American
Mass-
Beauty Bar and
Bar and
Grill.
Grill. Okay,
Correct.
So I get them mixed up, and that's okay. But it's not if you're looking for hashtags or ats. So check them both out because they're both yours. Give us what's going on. How's it been in the last few years? I'm sure it's been wonderful. All roses and daydreams.
Roses. That's our entire the identity of our logo, and it's great. More like a gravesite. So as we
I know those.
kicked our heels in, and we actually started getting a following, and the beer was flowing, everything was going great. COVID kicked in, and as it kicked in, it took us straight down. That was 2020, beginning of 2020. We went from again doing real busy. Steve was a customer weekly. Putting
Still
on the
is,
taps. We were
relatively.
We're making a tap tower for him for Barrage.
Are you fashioning it yourself, or you're gonna?
We were.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
we had a
Okay.
company. And
Company, everything. We had a
cool.
tower being built, and I'm like, all right, got you. And then,
And then Steve shut the.
And
down.
now he's here
yeah.
with the plague.
Let me tell you something. Steve avoided the plague like a champion. He came out with
absolutely.
his hands like this, and we all cried in the garage. We did. I was there. We drank some craziest beers I've ever seen come out in one night at the barrage closing. I brought some stuff. I seen some stuff.
I wish I
I've
had time
never-
to stay late. We couldn't stay
Yeah.
late. Neither one of
There
us
were
had.
bottles that were coming out. I'm like, floored. We had what was that one from Europe? The blueberry one that Joe brought.
Oh Jesus, yeah. Was it the Cantillon?
Yep, Cantillon Blueberry from like 2008 and this and that.
Jeez.
People were pulling out blockbusters that night, so we drank some crazy beer. Again, we were going into COVID. It got shut down. We shut the entire place down for like 6-7 months.
Oof.
John Taffer came.
No, not yet.
John Taffer couldn't help anybody.
no. To rebuild that 10 times, nothing was going to happen. We reopened. We tried to make it more cohesive and go from Effin' Beauty. We also realized it was a little bit of a mistake, if you will. We make many mistakes in business. Trying to bring back Effin' was impossible. The people that I used to go to Effin', we spoke on the first podcast. We're going to bring it back, blah, blah, blah. Well, most of us, like you, I don't think you're going to Taco Bell at 2 a.m. and stealing things and
I
putting
have
them up
kids
in your
now.
house. You have kids now,
Yeah.
and we're not going out on the weekends. We're going out during the week. We're having a quick burger, a beer, and it's not there. So we had to really shift towards our demographic of what we were going for. And now, as the bar and grill, still the crazy beers, but people would come in and say, "Effin' Beauty, what's that? What's effing groovin'?"
Right.
And then if you're not from Mass Peak, what's American Beauty? And it just didn't.
They're trying to get it all right, like I just tried to do.
Oh, yeah.
See?
The name went crashed and burned. But again, in business, you make mistakes. You don't repeat them.
But I think it was important to do that.
Yeah.
Because people knew that it was in that same spot, and then it was almost like, all right, so bring them in. Remember effing? Okay, cool. Now here's who we are, and now you're rebranded to be what you're supposed to be.
Correct. You know, people who wanted it to be effing. We even got reviews on Yelp. Some people came for Thanksgiving. It's not like the old effing. I'm like, but it's not.
It's supposed to be.
I'm agreeing with you on that one. And then
It was. I went there, shortly after the pie. It was effing grooving with food.
Yes.
pretty much. That's
Yes.
which is one of the things they were missing.
But the new genre of people coming through, different than like going to Taco Bell at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
It really, because I have stories just like that, and a little bit crazier, a little this that. And I'm sure he's left a lot of potholes inside that story that we're not going to hear about. His wife is listening, but
Not anymore. And these stupid stories, O'Toole. Yeah, she calls me by my own last name. She shares it, but she still calls me it.
I'm a Cassandra with the house. But again, it was restructured. The people, again, it didn't translate, so we changed it up. And now we still have the good beer, but, we did a faux pas. There is Bud Light flowing through the lines at
Get the fuck out of here!
2562 Sunrise Highway. There's a quiet silence.
I know. Well,
Awkward silence.
did anybody
I feel like you don't want me
come in
here
and
right
say
now.
something
I
about it?
remember the first couple times I went effing grooving, and there was like, if you want Bud Miller or Coors, here's the address to
The
Mulcahy's.
Mulcahy's, correct. No poetry. If you want Bud Light, here's this place, correct. I did call Dan Domingo, who ran effing grooving for us. I said, listen, I'm just letting you know. It's like, it's cool, bro. I get it. I understand. But,
It's not my place anymore anyway,
yeah.
Mike. I don't care.
It'll always be his.
Yeah.
It will. I remember,
Does he come through and just like walk
No,
around?
he's out
with-
east. He's doing his thing.
Oh, okay, good.
He came in once, and there was a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like, yo, you want some stuff? He's like, yeah. I came to the basement. He's like, oh, that, and that's my old calendar, and look at that. Give me that glass. And he took the glass. My wife's like, I wanted that glass. I'm
It
like,
was,
I'm like, that
the
was Dan's.
Dead Hooker of the Month calendar. Yeah. I know that one. I had that one in 09.
I had Miss December. That was my.
Are you guys enjoying this beer?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I want to
Holy
talk to Rob about
shit.
that. I want to give him some time
For
with
a
this
10%er, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. Smooth as balls. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It has a little.
mine are a
Well,
little-
you want to talk about it right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like,
Fuzzy,
I'm like, this is
You
fire.
said
all.
This is fire.
Wrinkly.
Go ahead.
I want to talk to Rob. I want to talk to you about a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah,
but
I have lots of
since you brought this and it is, we're all enjoying it. This is Uber Geek.
Yep.
We hung out with you at Rob's first brew day.
Yeah.
Steve and I
Yeah.
came out and hung out, and you were there. We took some pictures. I want to apologize to our audience tonight. I had the brand new intro video done. It's been done for weeks. I put it out on our Instagram
Yep.
and everything. You're in it.
I know. Yeah.
And I didn't load it into the computer, and I just as we got in here, I'm just talking, chatting, and I quickly put the old one in and played it, and I didn't realize it until halfway through it. I go, shit, we're watching the old one, shit. So I promise on the show on the 24th, which is our next show, I will play the brand new one where you will see Rob Raffa, Steve and I, and Rob hanging out at Uber Geek for Rob's first brew. So you've been hanging out with them a lot.
Yeah. Every Tuesday.
Yep. Really?
Every
You've been
Tuesday.
behind the sticks, right? You're bartending and everything?
Bartending, helping whatever he needs to do.
Cool.
We're actually making a little arcade system there.
Really? Get out of here.
Yeah, we
Nice.
just bought Ninja Turtles.
Nice.
Oh, the
X-Men.
4-player?
Yes, X-Men we're trying to get in the works,
Yes.
and then Simpsons. Yeah,
Loved
so-
all four. Those were the ones at
I have a Street Fighter 2.
United
championship
Skates.
edition. We should do
United
Yes.
Skates had all three of
Yep.
those.
Yep.
And Paperboy.
But like old school stuff that
Yeah, that
That
brings
you're
nostalgia.
drunk
The
and
guys in their 40s. They're not staying out at 2 a.m. at Taco Bell. Want to play those fucking arcade
just don't want to
games.
go home.
Now we gotta get a quarter machine.
Yes, you gotta have to.
Pump 'em in.
Or a token, but either way, it's the same thing. Hit
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
the other, right?
Exactly.
Does it take Bitcoin?
Yes, just one Bitcoin per play.
$65,000 a play.
And transfer that
NFTs
over
do
to
you
this email
accept?
address. I'll give you mine before we leave.
If you get past level 1, you get half back. Level 2, another half, and it keeps going like that until you beat Shredder. But you've been kind of working with them behind the scenes. Have you been inside a brewery before this? Have you been part of a process?
Been
wearing
in
the ghost
breweries.
hat. I know you've been in breweries.
Yeah. Actually, I met Paul.
Yeah.
Before I met Rob. So hanging out with Paul, just shooting the shit, kind of pick his brain, and then he introduced me through actually one of his beers, and I drank one of his beers with Paul, and then the next day I met him, and then we hit it off, and ever since I've been there every Tuesday. He's a great guy.
Yeah,
as you guys know.
Rob's a good dude.
He's a good dude.
And I'm glad what's going on there is going at that direction because, as much as a lot of people on Long Island know Mustache and the name, and Rob was behind a lot of those beers very early on.
Yes, he was.
That he deserves his own kind of space. And I know he was contracting and nomading and all that other stuff, but finally he has his own, brick and mortar that he can call his home. He made it his.
Yeah.
And it looks great from everything that we saw when we were there to things that have been coming out, as he's working on it and getting the people. How are Tuesdays?
Tuesdays,
gotta be a tough
industry
one.
night.
I like the way he's doing industry night.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So he's
explain.
bringing the first person he brought in was Paul from Ghost. I mean, you got to do it right. So both of them, he brought in like 1 or 2 kegs of his stuff, and they kind of just collab together and sit behind the sticks and chat and talk to people and kind of figure out what they like and whatnot.
So it's Rob and Paul behind the bar.
Whoever, so guest.
Okay. Yeah.
So this week is going to be Dubco tomorrow.
Nice.
So
He had Spider Bite. I
Spider
believe.
Bite last week.
Yeah.
Larry was in?
So yes. Normally you hear industry night. It's hey, you work in the industry, you come and drink. But he's actually bringing other industry breweries in
Very smart.
to hang out.
Throw them on tap too. So
They're
Spider
on
Bite will
tap.
bring it.
Yep.
6
They're on
whatever.
tap, and everybody's been bringing like unique stuff too.
They're dopest of dope that they have.
They're not just bringing like, hey, it's my regular pills.
No.
They're
the
bringing
big
some.
guns.
Yeah, they're bringing some really good shit.
That's awesome.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Good
right.
spin on the industry.
When he
night.
told me about that, I was just like, really?
That's
And it's,
I know you'd never
it's a
think about
feature
that.
that'll bring people down to Uber Geek and introduce
On
them to
top
that
of,
other
right.
brand.
Yeah.
They get to meet the brewer.
Yeah.
The rock star
Yeah.
of the industry, man.
and it gives the incentive for the other brewer to come in too and be part of that.
Well, what's key too, you get hyper local people that just want to stay in their hyper little local area, and maybe don't get out to Dubco, don't get out to, even to Spider Bite, because they're staying close to Riverhead.
Exactly.
But now they get to try these really crazy beers, and then maybe that now gets them to go, fuck, I got to go there. I got to go try
exactly.
this place out.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty cool.
Good idea.
Right.
And so the brewing, how often is he back there? What's going on with his
I feel like
schedule?
it's every day. It's an everyday thing. I'm calling him like every other day. He's like, I'm busy. Mondays are usually paperwork, of course. And then every other day after that is either canning or brewing, one or the other.
So on Tuesdays, like at behind the scenes, or earlier or later in the night, what part of the process is he usually in? Is it different every time, or is he in a schedule where it's like kind of similar?
He has a lot of contracts. So, I mean, you have Mustache, you have Springs, and then a couple other cider companies.
Oh, he is doing Springs.
Oh, yeah. Really, really cool people. Gunnar and his wife, I forget her name. Horrible with that. But really nice people. I mean, they make great beer. We were just talking about it. Pils, Helles.
Nice.
Like all the old school beers
Yeah.
that people forget about.
It's coming back.
It's coming back. It's
We
coming
were
back.
having that
And-
chat
and
before.
That stuff's hard to make,
He
though.
made-
That's a crazy part.
that's
you can't
the
just
thing.
slip with the Simcoe. You can't. Just add more lactose. Oh, a little bit more sugar. No, you fuck up a Pilsner, you just took a tank down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I'm
look thousands of
a
dollars.
Pilsner guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially Rob's, and like not trying to blow smoke or anything, but if you ever tried Rob's Pilsner, really good.
We had one recently. It was the kitchen in Oceanside, right? It wasn't South Shore.
Oh, South Shore.
Havadan Kitchen or whatever. It starts with an H.
Yes, they made it for that restaurant in
Yeah,
East
and
Rockaway.
actually, that restaurant was just in the Long Island Press article too,
shit.
or the issue that just came out. Because I also saw in that a bunch of local craft beers that were cited, and Ubergeep was in that as well, I believe.
Oh, nice.
Dubco was in there, Spider Bite was in there.
Yep.
They cited all the big 2021 highlights throughout the year. Because didn't Spider Bite have like a Cast Fest as well, or small festival? They were citing the festivals that
Did they?
happened. Brewers Collective,
Yeah.
the Blue Point one in there. There was another one, but then they also cited the 3 new breweries scheduled in 2022 that are going to slated to come out. And they were. I was just thinking, they didn't even write in Breslau. Like that's probably the newest brewery.
You know what? Because
It's not even a brewery.
Very small.
That's
but
the
it
thing.
is
What?
Breslau Brewing Company in Lyndhurst. It's just north of
I
27A.
think I heard something about that.
It's like part
It's
of
open.
a coffee house.
They're right next to the Mooney's Coffee.
Isn't it?
They're next to it,
Right.
But not part of it. They're not
Oh.
different owners. I know
So
both.
are they making
I know
beer
Muni's.
inside?
Yeah, they got
But
a
like
system in the back.
10 gallons, right? I think.
Yeah, 10 gallons at a time. They have 3 guest taps, small craft, I think 27. No, it wasn't 27.
Second
Dubco, and something else. Like Dubco's everywhere. You go somewhere.
Yeah.
They just signed
Some-
with Claire.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep.
There was Claire.
And there's your reasoning for upping their yields and their output and
Yep.
going to the next level. But that's one of those things. Like in those articles, there are still things I'd be like, God, you're just really not paying attention to all of the little things that are happening because there's so many good collaborations out there. You
Yep.
should have done a whole article on just the recent collabs that are out there.
Yeah.
One with Steve would be great. But the Sand City Barrier one was delicious.
That's
Yeah.
This was really
Root and Branch, the Nasty Bits was
Oh
great.
yeah, I had that a couple days ago.
That was good.
Phenomenal.
There's so many great like those that the relationship ones that come out. You're like, I didn't put those two minds together and look at the magic that's
Steve, let me
happening.
ask you: when you guys do collaborations, how do you guys decide who's putting what in, how you're doing it? You know, from recipe and all the other stuff. How does that? I couldn't picture two rock stars coming together.
Yeah,
but
no.
Let's just do this together. And see
I
how it
can
works
I can
out.
weigh in on this. So at Sand City and Assault and Fudgery, Kevin and the guys, they did everything, and Steve just dipped his balls in it, and that was it. Collab.
I dipped my balls in
David
it.
teabag and said, "Have a good day, gentlemen."
I want to dip my balls
in it.
And then it
But
gets
first
it
in the
gets-
chocolate, then in the beer.
How do you think it gets so salty?
yeah.
That's what assault means.
Actually, well,
Assault and battery.
That's so, brother.
then in the salted caramel, then in the beer. It's a 3-step process.
I'm just imagining caramelizing and then salting my my beanbag.
Chocolate salted balls.
Interesting.
It's going to be an interesting Valentine's Day in the O'Toole house.
Perhaps.
Chocolate salty balls.
Hey, hey, hon, you remember that Assault and Fudgery? You liked that, didn't you?
Let's go to sleep.
So many cocoa nibs.
Just lay down. Just lay down.
Hun, what's the kosher salt doing out? Are we having margaritas tonight?
Maybe.
You're gonna need them, honey. You're gonna need one.
Wow.
Those articles, though, I mean, that's the big thing. You don't know what goes into the collaboration. Steve, what was your take on some of these recent collaborations you've done in 2021? Because you did 3.
Well,
Four.
we did 3.
Spider Bite, Dubco, and Sand City, right?
Right, and then there was the reoccurring one
Garvey's.
with Garvey's.
Yeah. All right.
Tustle Dawn.
I have
But
that.
it was a take on a lot of the beers that I did. So it was the recipe, but
Yeah.
we tweaked it to how they wanted to perceive what I was doing. So each one wasn't exactly the same as the way we brewed it.
Right.
It was very close, but they were like for instance, Salt and Fudgery. You taste the one from Sin City; it's really fudge forward and a really little hint of salt.
That was opposite.
They
of what you
didn't.
did.
Where we did it, it was you would get that fudge, but there was like salt right at the end, and you would
Okay,
it would like
not
get your
wrong.
jowls like.
Yep.
But when we did other, years ago when we were open, you have an idea. Hey, let's do a collab.
But I
Okay.
think what Mike asked, do you guys sit down first
Yeah.
and chat about
no,
it?
yeah.
Look at actual
We'll
ingredients and
we'll send recipes back and forth.
Okay.
Hey man, I was thinking of this. Hey, I had this idea. Usually somebody has an idea.
Okay.
And it's like, hey, I got this idea for a fucking lemon poppy fucking cream ale. What? And then you're like, oh, what if you put this in it? Oh yeah, I like that. And then you just go back and forth,
coriander.
looking at the recipe. Coriander.
Coriander.
Lavender.
I like star anise. I mean star anise.
I see some collabs come out from different places like Evil Twin will go with these guys, and they'll do like a saison, and that's not really like a big beer to do, and they make it and it sells out because you got
And
like
it-
monkish on
I'd
there.
rather
or you
have the
this.
saison though.
Yeah.
than the-
I'm with you.
yeah,
but
saison, yeah.
popular belief in actual business, it doesn't sell as much.
And
Oh yeah, no shit.
IPA.
the thing too is,
Make it hazy.
and usually,
Hazy boy.
How much lactose is in that saison?
how many cows did we kill? Oh wait, I don't know what that meant.
You can slip when you make those though. Oops,
Yeah.
went too much.
But it's what when you have big breweries, they could freaking put puddle water in there and people will fucking buy it.
Yep.
Just because it's two major like you just said, other half of monkish.
Yeah.
Who's passing?
Yeah.
Who's passing up on it?
Yeah.
Even if it's shit, you want to taste that.
Yeah.
That it's still water monkish. People are like, oh, it says monkish on there. I'm like, but I know you. And you like hazy. Like, yeah. I'm like, don't buy that. You're not gonna drink it.
Someone should start out as a some sort of a nomad and do something like the brewery should be called like opposite ends or unfortunate events or something like that, right? And then they just come out with beer like puddle water, and that's it. They just call it puddle water, but it's the tastiest fucking beer you ever tried, or like.
There was
heavy flow as a imperial amber. I mean, we've discussed
Fat lady
this.
riding a horse. I don't know.
Still
There's an
No,
opportunity to
pulse
see
them and see if they go the opposite way.
Right? Yeah.
Good majority of the time, my son listens to this podcast, and whenever we bring him up, he's like, "Really, here to fucking talk about me?" So yes, we're going to talk about you, Adam, because he used to come up with the craziest fucking names for beers and try to sell them to me. Like, no, this is going to be a great idea. Everybody says it's a great idea, and he's like, an imperial red ale called Heavy Flow. I'm like. No. He goes, and then we'll do
Chunky. No.
we'll do one that's only 4% called Spotting. And he would like be so serious about it. Right. So serious.
If he says it with confidence, it may come true. That's the
I
point.
mean, I think I did.
Well done, Adam.
We did one.
Now you have to do it.
I want to find that beer.
But like, come up with like a alter ego, like and just completely be
opposite.
opposite of what
Yeah.
you originally did with Barrage.
Do undercover brewers to do it too.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know it's
exactly.
you. Like that thing tastes like shit. Or other half. Oh, it's amazing. I give it 5 stars.
Well,
But wait, no, it's the
that's
brewers
your
from other
fan.
half. Oh no, it must be perfect, perfect in every way. Lactose amazing. Yeah, I mean, they're undeniably the best in the world. I got it. I know. I got it. They're delicious.
The best is when you actually take a beer from a local brewery that people they just don't gravitate towards,
Right.
And you tell them it's something else.
Yes.
Oh, it's a delivery.
Bro, it's so great.
As my
if you
bartenders
were
hand something,
taking
they go, you're gonna love it.
yeah, if you were
Right, you're gonna love it. How is it? It's delicious.
Yes. Do you see
you go.
through it? Perfect. Go.
Delicious.
the best thing is when you could pour somebody else's beer into glasses and just have like a other half can or treehouse and go, hey guys, and then oh my god, the bouquet and oh you smell that, oh you smell that, oh yeah, it's 27.8.
Put it like
Who the
yesterday
fuck are those
fruit.
guys? Oh yeah, they're a really great brewery over in freaking Lindenhurst.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stop being a fanboy.
What's
Yeah,
the
exactly,
what's
thank
the
you.
date? Yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah. If it was 2 months ago, they're like, nah. If it's yesterday, they're like, nah, can shock. Yeah. What are you talking about? Just drink the goddamn beer. Just stop it.
I love it.
When we
yeah.
get to a table and we'll see somebody
Right,
do
boys.
this, right away they slowly go. I go, yeah, tell them no.
Yeah.
We opened it.
Yeah. It's been.
They can have a free draft. The
Just
Bud
pull it
Light
back, be
or
like-
the Blue Moon or the Mick Ultra.
The Mick Ultra.
Tell them it's craft. They'll love it.
Oh, that's the Edward
It's
from
delicious.
Hill Farmstead.
It's delicious. Put an orange in it. You like it.
Why does it taste like butter?
Well, look, let's talk. Better yet, margarine. I can't believe it's not butter. Well, here's someone we have in studio that actually does reviews. Rob, you have a Instagram page
Yep.
where you review beer.
Yep.
You obviously have tried a lot of beer
A lot.
working at the beverage place and have a lot of people
too
come in.
skinny to drink
give
that
you
much beer.
Not what my doctor says. I'm overweight.
They all say that just so they can write your prescription and make the money back on little kickbacks.
because I never.
So they have. You have West Babylon has so many people come in, reps come in, people try stuff. You know, you probably tasted a million things.
Yeah.
What was the ethos of the Instagram? Because you were heavy on the West Babylon page,
Yeah.
and then maybe a year ago or maybe 2 years ago. Did
So
you-
a couple people reached out to me and said you should get your own page, do your own thing. And I wasn't really about it, but there's so many people that wanted me to do it.
yeah,
So I said, all right, let's do it. And then like the audience that I got was
Like
it's a
overnight,
blessing.
people
It's
just
really
moved right
cool.
over.
That's awesome.
A lot of people, I was touched. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people actually love what I do. I'm not just West Babylon. I'm Robbie Panda's Dank Beer Reviews. And that goes a little bit more deep into not just beer. It's about life and, doing what you love
you
to
do a lot of live sessions where
Yeah.
you're opening, pouring, talking about what you're seeing, what you're hearing, and again, someone with the experience of having so many beers come through.
Yeah.
Knowing what you're looking at, knowing
Yeah.
what's good, what's bad.
Yeah.
Do you and seriously, do you choose the beer you know is going to be good, or is this
Blind.
a lot blind
Super
every
blind.
time? Every time.
Because I hate pine beer, and I've had pine beers. And I'm like, wow, this is not my partaking, but if you like this, everyone has to have their own,
Is it
story
like
and
West
stuff.
Coast IPA style? Is that what you're
Yeah.
looking at? Yeah. Just
But sometimes it has
Fuck
more of
those
a
guys.
piney back.
he hates them too. He hates them. I don't want to say hate. It's not his preference.
Pour them all down the goddamn.
You don't like pine soul?
If I wanted something tasty from a tree, I'll go drink some maple syrup.
Or lick a tree. No.
Yeah. I mean,
Suck on a pine cone.
what the internet
Christmas.
has done for people like us and like you,
Yeah.
and even for your business, has given everyone a voice and has attracted their own personal audience, which then they cater to.
Yeah.
Have you found that since you started, you're doing more stuff towards what the audience wants, or is it still just
It's just whatever I see,
feel like it?
Whatever I see that, because at first, I'm going to be completely honest. When I first started, I started getting a lot of people just coming in and like, oh, you need to try this. And I didn't sell it in the store.
Right.
But, doing you a solid, you give me free beer.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
But then people like
I'll
you
take
selling
a
it, so it was
taste and-
confusing people.
Yeah.
So I had to then cater to people the beer in the store.
Right.
But yeah, it's.
Did you find that that was a good response to the store as well? Like what you were doing on your own account brought more people to the store.
Yeah.
Made
Oh,
more
yeah.
of attention grab to that as
Because
well.
I put both accounts together now, and it becomes one mega account. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. No, it does. Yeah.
Because people understand that I travel with Robbie Panda and I'm in stock store with West Babylon.
Right.
But I realize if you ever look at two pictures side to side, one with my face not in it has little, and one with my face in it has a lot. And I realize that it brings,
Yeah, it definitely
the
is
person that in the store sells the beer, but also has the personality and the drive.
Well, and the knowledge, and people see you online and go, okay, so I'm going to go to him because he'll know what I want
Yeah.
today, tomorrow, whatever it
Exactly.
is, what I'm looking for now,
Yeah.
and you'll know the direction to head in.
In the scene.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, being now, with Uber Geek and having those brewers come in on Tuesday on Industry Night definitely helps with that kind of conversation that you might have online.
I mean, everything that he does, it's just like not just being a friend. Like, I see his vision, and I just want to help him.
Right.
Being part of it.
Yeah,
his
he's
whole
like,
scene. It's
yeah,
awesome.
he's gonna flourish for sure.
Yeah.
He's gonna kill it.
This is fantastic, by the way.
Ridiculous for a 10%. That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
dangerous.
you know what? Break this down a little bit for us, because you were around when this was being brewed. I mean, obviously, he does a great job, by the way, on the can.
That first taste too. I literally
candy, right?
I took it and I was just like, oh,
Yeah, man.
So the
Man.
flavoring we got from this was actually bubblegum citrus.
Okay.
When he first made this, he told me, he's like, oh, it's just full bubblegum. So he had to add a couple other hops into it.
Bounce it out a little
And
bit.
yeah, for sure.
Which one did it come? What gave
what
it the
came
bubblegum?
first was the African Queen.
So where did that come from? Because that's not a sexy hop that people know. Is
I
that
know it's. So I was just going
It's
through
got
stuff.
the name to be a fucking sex.
It was
hop,
supposed to
right?
be dank.
We
It
didn't
was
know what
supposed
that-
to be dank.
Okay.
That was from
And that character did not
Root
come
and
through
Branch
whatsoever.
beer. Which Root and Branch was it? It was African Queen hops, and no
Yeah.
one knew what it was.
Exactly.
And it had a little tinge to it. And they're like, "This isn't like Root and Branch." I'm like,
Yeah.
no, it is.
No.
And they're
No,
like,
it is.
Oh no, it is.
It gives a different character through the boil. So like beginning, middle, and end, right? So I don't remember when. It's a little toasted. Not gonna lie. But it came with a bubblegum character, and then we just hopped it back with the other hops that are in this. Amarillo and Mosaic.
Yeah, Mosaic
And,
helps that out and rounds it out. Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
that Amarillo will have that little pine behind it.
touch.
Yeah.
He doesn't like
with a
pine,
little
but
earth,
with
with a little earth, so
Yeah.
it'll knock that. It'll definitely knock that bubble gum.
Yeah.
Getting angry as you speak.
Here he drank his. He's like, damn it, what did I do to myself?
But it's so funny. You go on Untapped and you look at, because we got a 4.29 on this, which I'm very happy about. But like all different colors. It's like, do you ever see that with any of your beer?
You know what it is, depending on what you're drinking from, and the lighting.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You'll see a beer and you're like, that's not the fucking beer.
Sometimes it was like orange juice the other day. It looks like lemonade.
and
Yeah,
then-
Like super clear, and then like sometimes very juicy looking. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, like-
it's all perception where they're at. I mean, I've now here's the worst part. I've seen pictures of a beer that was canned and they had a packaging problem, and one beer was like this and the other beer was dark brown.
Oh no!
And it was
Like the ones we
same,
made.
Amber.
It was the same exact beer.
But I've
Like
also
the ones we
seen-
made.
Oh, yeah.
Which
Pretty much.
we should have just called it puddled water and put it out there.
And put it out there.
I
People
told
would
you.
have been like, "Oh, you're right. This is puddle
Yeah,
water."
puddle water.
But I've
Because
seen
it didn't
also other
taste like puddle. But
guys with kegs versus the cans. And example, 2 years ago, Jordan Quarter came out. And
coming out again.
Nightmare, right?
the draft was, and then all of a sudden you got the cans, and you waited 2 weeks, and it was fire.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a different beer.
Yep.
And Billy puts out some really.
Billy
fucking
does.
He's got his
shit.
three
Three,
main stages coming out.
Jordan Quarter's one of my favorite.
He's at Great
fucking
South Bay,
beers.
right? He's doing over
GSB.
with,
He's
yeah.
doing it at 11 o'clock before GSB opens. I'm already all over it. Me and my boy, like, he works for SKI, my
Yeah.
friend Mike, and he's like, you gotta come. I'm like, my wife's gonna kill me. But I
What's he
gotta do it. No, he's dropping 3 cans, and then he's gonna have a couple
It's
taps.
been like fucking forever.
I know. He
I
said
called Brian every
sorry
week
for
from
the
12%,
delay.
Like,
blah
where's
blah.
the fucking beer, dude?
You know something? Because of all his nonsense, from what I've gathered from his Instagram media, with the artist that he had before and all that nonsense.
Well, that was one
yeah,
of the things.
yeah, I remember.
Let's leave that just. Yeah, we all know what we're talking about.
So
Yeah,
my
let's-
favorite, but I know I don't want to get into drama, but my favorite actual beer from him was Glasgow Smile.
Oh, yeah.
When that stuff started,
I
and
like
he put the-
Colombian necktie. It was delicious.
yeah, but when he started, it wasn't that it was bad.
Mm-hmm.
It was different, and a lot of people don't like that because when what was it? Glasgow Smile first opened. When you opened that, it was like jam. You remember? It was like really
Yeah,
thick
yeah.
red, right? And he threw it against the tanks and stuff. It was like cool, right? This one came out like a pink hue.
Huh.
And I was like, oh, it's good, but it's different.
Yeah.
But I understand what was happening.
Different equipment.
You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, that too, but
Different contracts,
yeah.
different people taking control.
That's also true, yeah.
And you know what? At that point, as a nomad, that's something you got to think about, right? I
Yeah,
mean, you're
'cause you can't
contracting.
control it, right?
You can't control it. So do you then dump all that content out,
I
or
always
is it
forget
good
that.
enough to put out that as much as you're not happy with what
Yeah.
you did, it's still something that's sellable.
Yeah.
It's still something that's industry level.
Yeah.
And you got to recoup something, so maybe you reduce
Yeah.
the price or
What sucks
something
for
to
these
get out.
nomads is they're also a victim to what the water is in that
Yeah.
area.
Yeah.
And you know,
Like
I've
Connecticut
seen-
versus New York.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I've seen, Pipeworks, they came and they did
Yes.
they went to Jersey, and all of
Yeah.
a sudden the beer changed. And it was like,
Yeah.
why does this taste different? I'm like, well, they have the same recipes, but they're using Jersey water.
Yeah, it's sewage.
It's going to
Jersey.
be different. It's going to
Puddle
be
water
different.
coming
Puddle
out of the
water.
tap.
This is from Vermont. We have a taste that's the same when they use the same ingredients.
Yeah.
Come to New York, you can use that recipe. It's going to come out completely different.
And I'm sure a lot of people have experienced that to the point where people are actually shipping water from their original position
Yeah.
to the contractor to do the brew,
Yep.
just to
Or you
keep
could treat it, right?
the
with
quality
different-
control.
different
Yeah, you
salts.
could
Well,
chemically
yeah.
change. Yeah, we've talked about that.
I mean,
for sure.
you definitely can, but at the end of the day, like good old well water.
Good old
It's
well
the
water.
pipes coming through the building that's been there for 17 years.
All right.
Oh,
And
water.
The crisp well.
what it tastes like.
How about I just commented on Hidden Sands post from AC Beer Fest or Tricycle John, who runs that, and he was at Hidden Sands, and I said, "That's got to be that well water. It's
the
got to
well.
be." They actually literally are using a well that's in the back
When
of
that
their
thing
brewery.
dries up, though, they're fucking
Yeah.
done.
You have to find another aquifer somewhere.
done, man.
Some sort of
The
way of getting
last
that
time I had
same-
something from Nightmare, he did a collab with Dubco, I think. But
Oh, selling Nightmare.
that was
I think it was a sour, I believe.
I went to
Yes.
the can release.
I
and
did a
brought
red
my,
and a green can.
my daughter, who was like 4 at the time and like super shy, super timid, and like he happened, Billy happened to be there, and
Yep.
like with the fucking huge mohawk.
Yep.
He stands out a
Like
little
my
bit.
little 4-year-old, she's like, I want some ice cream. I'm like, all right, we'll go get ice.
Yeah, when I first
Did you
met
ask Billy
him,
for the ice cream? I have murder ice cream in the back. What would you like?
Would you want some blood syrup on that?
Here's a finger.
There's a finger in it.
and a toe. No. But yeah, when I first met him, actually, that was the same thing. I was just very timid and just very about himself. Hey, what's up? I'm like, oh, okay. So I was able to talk to him. He's a really cool guy, laid
Oh,
back.
super, super nice.
Yeah,
super
yeah.
friendly.
I just
dude.
told him, I was like,
Yeah.
you got to bring back these beers, and he's doing so.
Yeah.
So.
Thank God.
It's one of those, like, we missed him because there was
Yeah.
such a difference in what he was putting out versus what was out.
Yeah.
That it separated him out. And anyone that kind of had that need for that in that moment, he was right there, ready to
Yeah.
go with the the whole branding and the art and everything. So
Yeah.
I'm glad to see
It'd be cool to see what he's got.
Customers
the new
ask,
3 coming out.
What do
yeah.
you got from Nightmare? They asked. They
Yeah,
come
no,
in.
Oh, yeah.
people
Like,
are like, where is
nothing.
he?
I got
Yeah,
nothing.
I got nothing.
I got
Yeah.
nothing. What's going on?
Gungaro was one of my other favorite sours.
Ah, yeah.
Mint and pineapple. Like,
Yeah. It was
yeah,
good.
wrap your head around that. Yeah, I just. He was like, no,
Pine Soul Man.
definitely not. No, you gotta try it. It's phenomenal.
Piney IPAs and sours. No.
No, Scott.
I just like beer.
Every time I give him a sour, I go, shit. I just gave it to somebody who's not going to drink it, and I wanted
They're
it.
not going to enjoy it.
And then I realized, all right, next time.
Just ask for it back.
Yeah.
But not, not even like a Brettanomycin?
What's that?
Like a Brettanomycin sour?
No, it's any sour pretty much for
I've
him.
had like 2. I actually tell you the 2 sours I've had on the show that I really enjoyed.
One, I brought you one.
Was that no? That was a wild ale.
Was this sour?
Wild
Paradox.
Well,
Paradox. Wow.
Yeah,
Yes,
he remembers.
Amazing.
Steel Trap.
Amazing. So 3. Another one was Back to the Lacto from
Oh,
North
no
Fork.
folk. Yeah.
fucking great.
Yeah.
And that orange vanilla one we had from Warbler.
Warbler.
Yeah.
Yes.
Warbler.
Yeah, it was
Outfucking standing.
Squeech, Squench.
I don't know.
One of those. Yeah, it was it's a malt beverage. It's not even like an ale, but it was a malt beverage with
Outstanding.
peaches.
I think Zima.
Yeah. Colt 45.
Steel Reserve.
Oh, 800 with the little 64
I
ounce.
told my
gotta
story
find-
that
it
night
was-
about my Bodines and playing wiffle ball over a
God damn,
pool
it was so
for
good.
the entire summer.
You had Old English in the Cutlass, yeah?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
fuck
was gonna
yeah.
say.
Crooked Eye too. You
That
got to get
kinda-
the St. Ides.
St. Ides.
Of course.
St. Ides.
Johnny Three Legs.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, Squeech.
Squeech.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. I also
Tangerine
drank
dreamsicle.
Red Dog and Red Wolf.
Wow.
Red Dog.
And Natty Ice. Natty Ice was
Natty Ice? No, Natty
What was
Daddy?
the one
What's
with
wrong
the-
with you?
Natty Ice.
Cow pattern on it.
Everything was iced.
Wild
Bud
was it
Light
Wild
Ice or
Horse?
Bud Ice. One of those.
Bud Ice. That was Bud Ice Light was the
Wild
first thing I got.
Bud
drunk
Ice
on.
Light, yeah. And it was when you're first are a beer drinker and you're like, you take that, there's just so much like razor
And the
blades in your
fucking
mouth.
Chiseled.
like
fucking
crazy.
ball.
Horse, that was it.
And then once you then put your lips around a Crooked Eye or an Old E, I remember in the back of what used to be called Finest, which is now Stop and Shop, or Edwards in between. And we went to the back, we grabbed 40s of Old E.
Oh, God.
And behind the shopping center was like this hill and
They
then a
played-
ravine to the
They played
fence.
Edward 40 Hands.
Yeah, we actually have done that as well. But we sat down in like there was an area between the hill that was made of natural hill of dirt and trees, and then the fence, so you could hang out back there. No one would ever see you. There's no way no one would ever find you because it's by the loading dock, and at night there's nobody there. So whatever. Like Gilgo. And yeah. There was some naughty magazines there, but
Yeah.
someone dumped a bunch of naughty magazines back there.
Pages
This is
stuck
for the
together
kids.
now.
Let him try it.
Let him
They
watch.
may like it.
God.
So yeah, we drink for that, or we used to go under the bleachers at the high school. I mean, who doesn't drink under the bleachers unless you didn't have a high school near you? And those were the two places. We walk from one to the next and like stumble on Merrick Road as we go down. And yeah, I'm a South Shore kid. So Merrick Road, we used to stumble from one location to the other, back and forth. And then we'd get random beeper texts, and we go to the payphone at the 7-Eleven in between, call people, tell them where we're going to be. People would show up. We'd drink more. It was one of those, just fucking, I love the old days.
Yep.
Speaking of drink more so you can try some more beer.
This is a 10%er, and I do.
Chug.
Stop it.
It's like a
Chugging,
martini.
little bitch.
It's like
First of all,
You
I
should
haven't
come to
had
Tuesday.
10%
I have a
like
case.
kids. One's not enough and 3 are too many.
So what I do is through the week before I reach Tuesday, I gather all the new beers that I have in my store, and I bring them to Uber Geek. And we try a decent amount of them just to get, information. But, yeah, the Popeyes comes out.
I love those crispy nuggets. They're
Oh,
delicious.
Popeyes. They love me. Last time we ordered Popeyes from them, from Uber Geek, they gave us another 24. They're like, you guys always order from us at this time. I'm like, yeah, we're drunk.
What do you want from us? A bunch of people checking in on Instagram. Village Craft Beer Smoke. I don't know who that is. We got a brewery Lahnhof. LIBME said, "What's up? What's up?"
Hi.
Hey, Steve checked in. Steve, what's up, Steve? Hi.
Hi.
That's you. Maddie Stevens is checking in. Jersey Beer Guys is in there. Crispy Ham. Oh, that's delicious. We got Graz. We got Hoppy Hogan. I like that. Hoppy Hogan. Should've
That's
taken that
Kevin
one.
from Garbage Point.
Oh, it is, because Garvey's Point checked in as well shortly after that. My buddy Nick from Queens is checking in. Joe Akei, Joseph Jockey, and Beer and Ale Traveler. Sorry. I want to get everyone's names right. People are just getting so much love coming through. Holy shit, all those little hearts coming through.
Nice.
Nice.
all love dead
Ricola is checking in, and sorry, Joe. Is it Jose? No, it is. It's Jose. No, it's Joseph. Joseph Jockey again. DJ Brew tasting here. DJ Brew.
Those are my boys.
There you go.
Cheers, guys.
What's up, Joe? Sorry. It's hard to read sideways, by the way. You could see the Instagram video is sideways, so I'm trying to do that sideways. Yo, bro. Oh, he says, yo, Rob. Okay. All right. Good for you. So I want to get into a few things besides me having to chug this beer. Thank you very much.
Chug. Come on. It's good.
By the way, if anyone wants to call into the show and talk to anybody, 516-465-3990, 516-465-3990. We take your calls live to the air. You can chat and hang out. And
You used to have the guy with the limo, right? That used to come on.
Oh, yeah. You remember Gotham Gold Graz. Yeah, Graz called in last show, and he actually was pretty good.
Behaved himself.
We told
rare
him
moment.
He can only join if he behaves himself, because we're not going to go through all that again. Long story we could tell you later. But in the end, we had a great year with lots of beer. Steve, Pete, I know you guys, we wanted to talk a little bit about a couple of things tonight, about what we've experienced and what we've seen over the year and what we're expecting for the next year. Pete, I know it's going to be, as you're searching and not thinking about my question already.
No, it's because I'm trying to remind myself. There was
Pictures.
There's something you
Santa
want-
Marich's.
Yeah.
The beer because beer
Merich's
flavored
Field?
fucking beer.
Merich's Field.
Like
that, okay.
Beer flavored beer.
Yeah.
That's what I liked about it.
By the way, the highest rated show in 2021, Merich's Field.
How about that?
Over 300 something downloads on that one, which was nice.
Nice.
So thanks for everyone listening to Merich's Field. It was a great one. We had fun.
Oh no,
A
great
lot
time.
of fun. We brought the family. We brought everyone down.
My
It
kid
was,
tried to eat rocks.
Yeah, it was great.
The whole day.
It was good fun.
The whole fucking day that kid was eating rocks. I swear to God, my wife's like,
teeth look.
do they know he's eating rocks? I'm like, yes, they know he's eating rocks.
Yeah.
She. Either way.
No.
No,
Oh, it was the little guy.
Oh, yeah, no, it was him.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Fucking
Yeah.
Now I'm done.
goddamn
I'm
gremlin.
not listening.
I'm like, what's going on? He's like, yeah, he's fucking eating
Well,
rocks.
if they didn't paint them green, then they wouldn't have been eaten.
They look
right?
delicious.
They did look delicious. So you loved Merich's. Pete, what else did you like?
Warbler, obviously, both
Yeah.
times.
Both times.
Both times, beer was.
So, guys, we had a issue on the first go-around with Warbler back in the summer. We had them on remotely, so we were able to go on to Zoom and Zoom them into the studio and all this other good stuff. And the computer crashed in the first, 25 minutes?
Yeah,
So then we
easily.
were like, all right, let's just restart the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, when we restarted the whole thing, two things happened. Number one, I didn't record the audio only, because if I did that, I could match it up with the video. The video recorded beautifully, but I never started to record it only because what happens is in the studio, you don't hear the phone anyway through the recording because of the way the phone and everything's wired in. So then I didn't record that. Then we only record the video, and we got the whole show. It's only him.
Yeah.
It's only him. I never
Answering questions that
Who knows
who
what
knows
was
what
asked.
we just asked him.
That's awesome.
So
Take acid
then
before
you see
listening.
the video of us in the studio like laughing, having a good time, and then it's nothing. And then you go to him, he goes like, yeah, we had a great. I'm like, oh.
Jesus.
I dug down and fucked that one up really bad. But we redeemed ourselves. We had a great show a couple of months ago.
He came back on.
Came back on. Was so
Good
happy
reason
to
to bring
do
him
it.
back.
Yeah, and I was so happy to go up and get the beer
That's
again.
what we were talking about. It if we had to do a show twice, the beer was
That was the
fucking.
one.
Killer.
And I was trying to think of some beers to bring, and I still have the can of the that stout.
I don't know which one's called.
Anyway,
Yeah.
and I was like, no, I'm gonna keep that one for myself.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
They're not worthy.
I've done that.
They're not worthy.
You're not worthy. No, but that was.
I think each one of us has done that to each other.
It's good to share, man.
Like, oh yeah, I got this from these, and you're getting that one. This one is mine.
I had a customer come in, and everyone tries to bring me beer. You own a bar. Hey, let me try this. And he hands me beers. I've never heard of it before. I leave it in there. He came in again. Did you try that beer? I'm going to try it. Leave me alone. And I pull it out. It's Dancing Gnome.
Hey,
but I'd never heard of it before.
No,
I didn't
okay.
know. So I have 7 people at the bar. I'm like, hey guys, let's try this beer, and I pour it all out, and I took a sip, and I went, everybody, spit that back in your cup real quick and pass it back over here. And it was fucking
old?
delicious. No,
Oh.
he gave it to me fresh, but I had it there for like 3 weeks.
Oh,
Kept
okay.
checking in. I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to try your beer, man.
Yeah.
Never heard of it. I looked at everybody. The can was empty, and everyone drank theirs. I was pissed.
That's why you told me to spit it back. I thought you were
Learn your lesson now.
Oh no! You gotta look it up.
Yeah.
Google.
Gotta do something.
It was really good beer too.
So because of the Warbler and because of the Albany connection, I started looking at other breweries in Albany area because I go up there every 3 or 4 months for work, and I wanted to check out some other stuff. So I stumbled upon Fiddens.
Fidens, yeah.
Sure.
Good.
Fiddens,
Okay.
Fidens.
We'll
I'm
talk
fine.
about a couple
I'm
of these
Gaelic.
guys. Hold on.
Fidens.
Go ahead.
So Fidens is a very unique setup, as
Okay.
you may or may not know. They only do sales. It's like one of the hype breweries, like other half, right? They're just gonna. They just do sales out of the tap room of their beer.
And it's
You're
even
allowed a very small quantity. You have to do it by can. They
Yep.
charge you by can, like Treehouse.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then you stand online. You got to get a all this other stuff. So.
Yep.
We made a connection to, I made a connection on Instagram with a guy up in Albany after he commented on our Warbler show. He loved it. He's like, they're awesome, great. And I said, well, are you up? He's up there as Northeast Beer Community or something like that. I'll look it up later. Give him a shout out. And we, I said, can you get Fidens? Can you get that beer? Because it is just impossible. It's worse than anything I've ever seen to try to get.
Can share it.
Yeah.
It's like Pliny. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, but I think you could find that randomly somewhere, right? I mean,
You
that's
can trade. You know, on the
So-
internet, you can
Yeah.
trade.
Yeah.
One of the biggest ones right now, actually, me and my friend were talking about, is Troon,
Oh yeah,
New Jersey.
Yeah, Troon. I know of. yeah.
All they do is growler fills.
Do you know why I know Troon? Because I used to
Growler
work for a
fills.
company named Troon who does golf courses around the world.
Oh,
and I
cool.
used to work for a company called Troon. I'm like, they have their own beer brewery, and I'm like, no, it's not them. Northeast Beer Community. That's what it is. So thanks to him.
They only do growlers.
So
Yeah.
so he actually apparently is friendly with them and is there at every release. And we have an order in. We got a couple beers coming down from Fiddens and
Nice.
Fidens.
Fidens.
Fidens?
Fidens.
Yep.
Get a 60.
And we're going to get yeah.
Hook it up.
Good luck with that.
I call. Listen,
You would have people coming from everywhere. And
you have my
Any
Facebook.
chopper, no.
I fuck with Parish.
Yeah?
I hit them up every week. I know Natalie. She's the girl there. She's like, Michael, you're not getting a keg. Please stop calling. So, I mean, I get kegs every now and then from Root and Branch.
Yeah.
I get them.
That's another one. That's opening, 2 months?
Yeah.
And I
They just
I hit
got
up
their
Anthony.
gas line put in.
I saw
If
Oh,
Anthony's
that's
listening,
huge.
I hit him up on Facebook. I guilt him into giving me a keg. He goes, if there's any excess, you'll get it. Me and Proletariat, we get a keg.
There you go.
So
That's good for
you've had some Root and Branch. People come and go, how'd you get this? I'm like, I annoy the fuck out of the brewer until they send me a
to.
keg.
Yeah.
And I do. And I
Because
beg
you
them
know
for
they
theories
have
like,
one, and you know that's going to be there.
There's going to be
But
one.
I
You
hit
just
them
gotta
all
be the
up.
one that-
If you look at my Facebook, people are sick of me. They're like, please stop. You're not getting a keg of Hetty Topper. Leave me alone.
Squeaky wheel gets the
they're
grease.
gonna
Damn straight.
That's it.
crush, and someone's gonna take a bribe,
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
gonna have that beer on tap one day.
Oh, yes. I mean, it's the only way.
Someone's
I've been
taking
trying to
a
get Ghost in the
bribe.
Machine. I called up local bars in Louisiana, and I said, listen, if you can order that beer and get a keg and pay for the shipping, I'll give you triple. They're like, what? I'm like, Ghost in the Machine, let's go. And they tried and they couldn't get it. But
Speaking of
I'm trying different
NOLA,
ways.
is Speakeasy still a beer? Have we seen Speakeasy as a beer anywhere sold? I
Thought
haven't
they
seen it
had
in
gone
years.
out of business.
Did they?
And
Yeah, I've
they
seen
had
it.
gotten.
Oh, really?
I like
Yeah.
Big Daddy. That was a
Alibi
good
was
beer.
good, too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they
right,
had
the
gone
beer.
out
It's a good beer.
a while ago.
That's sad.
Was
I
that,
just
was that a
haven't
COVID?
seen-
Was that a COVID?
No.
No, it was before.
That
It
was
was
before.
been years since I've seen a Speakeasy beer anywhere. And I used to really love Speakeasy beer. That was one of the ones where I was like, cool, Big Daddy's here. It's a double IPA. You know, before double IPAs were big. And
Daddy
that was...
Warbucks. It was.
Oh, yeah. There was some really good beers there. But so Fidens, we're going to get them.
Fidens.
Fidens/Fiddens. We'll get some of that.
Fiddens.
I got like a variety pack, though I wanted like some specific ones. So they had, by the way, they had a beer called Rose. It's a beautiful rose on the front. So maybe I'll allocate that one for you. I got a couple of those, I think. Yeah. Can make that into a candle out of the can.
Beer candles.
What a Valentine's Day present that'll be, Mike. Come on.
Oh my lord!
And that, again, just searching out these breweries that are coming up. See, what were some of the ones in 2021 that you had that kind of stood out to you? That not to put down anybody else,
Well,
but really the ones that.
Myers Creek.
Yo.
That was good too.
And then after we had them on, then I fucking drive up all the way upstate into God's country.
Yeah, in the middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere. And
Lake Casanova, right?
it's Casanova.
There we go.
And the place is beautiful, first of all. But it's two lane roads that just wind, and there's nothing else around but Myers Creek. But when you get there, the food is awesome. The beer is unbelievable. And then they bring me downstairs, and I know it's open now.
Yeah.
They have a bourbon and whiskey room downstairs that you walk out these doors to this, I want to say it's a fire pit that's 15 feet round. That fits like
Just a
30
bonfire.
people around
Imagine
it.
how
And
many
it's gas-
dead hookers you could dispose of.
Immediately.
And this is what I'm thinking.
the whole time.
The whole time I'm there.
By the way, Rob,
Only if they were closer.
Heat Miser Brews
Yeah, that's my
saying
brother.
what's up. He actually kind of talked to us behind the scenes a little bit.
Yep.
He's shouting out Noble Savage, which we did
Yep.
3 years ago or 2 years ago. We were there with
He just recently got his lagering tanks.
Yeah,
installed.
Oh.
See, and he was on the brink, right? He was one of the ones that really we
Yeah.
were scared for
They
because he
had
had
a
good beer.
donation going out.
Yeah,
for him.
yeah, he did like a GoFundMe, right, or something
Yep.
of that nature.
And lo and behold, of all things, COVID comes. He winds up able to get
Small
one-
business loan.
one
Yeah,
of the loans,
which I think
at
saved
first
him.
at first they wouldn't give it to him. They denied him.
Yeah.
Then he was able to get it, and it basically saved him.
Some of those programs saved us. The PPP saved most of our local businesses. That was
Yeah.
the most well thought out, best program I've ever seen.
But they are loans, right?
nah,
No,
forgivable loans.
it was as long as you used. I think it was 80% of it for payroll.
had to go
and
to
had to prove
payroll,
it.
utilities prove it, and
Yeah.
you were good. But it really got everybody over the hump.
Wow.
It kept
It
you
turned
in
into a
business
grand
just
if
enough.
you stuck by what and it was pretty
Can't use
generous.
can't use overseas stuff, blah, blah, but all the money had to go to payroll, PPP.
80% of it had to go to payroll.
payroll. Then it had to go to utilities and to the rent.
Right.
You couldn't take any of it. But
As
whatever
long
it is.
as you stayed within the guidelines of the program and
And
you
you-
don't pay it back.
Right.
you don't pay it back. A lot of guys abused it, but there was guys like
A
myself.
few.
Yeah,
I know
you
there's
know.
always going to be.
It kept me in
There were
business.
a couple assholes who bought like Lamborghinis and nonsense like that.
They are in jail now. If
Yeah, exactly.
if you got over a certain
Right.
amount, you were getting audited no matter what.
Yeah,
and
oh,
those
yeah,
guys
yeah.
did, and they got slammed.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Sucks.
They so for me, Noble Savage is one of the biggest underrated ones on
They
Long
are, for
Island
sure.
because
Yep.
people are like who is
Yeah,
that?
they
And
actually-
he doesn't get what he deserves for what he's
a
brewing
lot of the
over there.
newer guys don't know how to advertise. They don't know. They think it's like Dave
But
Thomas.
he does great
You build it,
social
they will
media.
come.
If you watch him, there's some good social
Yeah,
media
yeah.
there.
But that social media has to be
Yeah.
pushed by someone,
Yeah,
by
yeah.
a company or
Correct.
by you, and how to actually get it
With
out
passion.
there.
Mhm.
There's a
Yeah.
really hot girl in Idaho, and no one knows about her.
right,
Yep.
right, yeah, there's absolutely. She doesn't have an Instagram
She's
page.
hot. She's dating a guy with like 3 teeth and a mullet. Why? Oh, he's the best thing in town.
Is she a prostitute?
Maybe you need to bury her. Like,
Because I'll meet her real fast. Who needs a killing?
And those guys, they need the push. They
do.
need somehow,
No, of
some
course,
way.
yeah.
And until it gets in the hands of
Somebody.
well, the thing is that's what I started doing. It's all these like little gems that people don't know about. I
Yeah.
go there during COVID. I actually went to Frake's place.
Yeah.
Noble Savage, great guy.
Yeah.
Makes great beer.
Yeah.
I mean, and Heat Miser gave me a couple of his beers. They come in 16-ounce bottles. I mean, it's
Which,
not realistic right
you know,
now, but
I'm
different
not
bottles.
sure
Yeah.
about. I know he bought this bottling.
Yeah.
It's definitely cheaper and easier to get than
correct.
cans right now.
Yeah.
And I'm still not sure what he's trying to
glasses
do with
easier to
that.
get.
Oh,
It's you just work.
Glasses easier than cans. I can't get glasses for nothing.
bottles.
Yeah,
bottles.
bottles. Yeah,
Okay.
16-ounce bottles and 12 packs.
Yes.
Which
Could
it's
turn into
it's a
something.
hard sell. Coming from my aspect,
But it's a unique thing that could stand
correct,
out. Yeah.
correct. If you do it properly,
Yeah.
if you have a good person actually pushing the
Are
product.
they waxing the end? Are they doing it
No.
crazy?
No.
Heat Miser is also saying that collabs also help with that, so he's got to get
Yeah,
out
straight.
there and
Yep.
start doing
Yep.
some big
They do.
collabs with people
Just
too.
get your
do.
name out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, Heat Miser is my friend. So actually, Noble and Uber Geek, we were trying to get that.
That'd be a
cool.
good one.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So we
Put
That
it
would
out
be good. That
with
would
the
be a good
Uber
one.
Geek logo, so that way people initially see that artwork. Because he also, I think, not the logo's cool.
Yeah.
But it doesn't scream at everybody like some others do. The artwork doesn't scream, and I hate the fact that that's what sells.
It does,
but it's the truth.
If you're gonna see 6
buys
meters
their
on
eyes.
the shelf,
Hoof-hearted.
Yeah.
Right? Hoof-hearted.
Yeah.
The weirdest shit in the whole world, right? Some
Every
2
80s
guys riding each other flying in the air. But you'll buy it.
Every 80s movie cliche thing out there.
Yeah.
They're great.
Like, they're great beers, but they're also weird, and that's what you buy. Like,
Will you hold my clipboard from Better Off Dead? They had that.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
delicious.
yeah.
$80 nachos.
I just got one.
$60 nachos, $120 nachos.
Yes.
Yeah, the guy on the piano with giant nachos. I mean, it's great. Come on.
I got a collective arts. I guess my wife bought me something for Christmas, just a bunch of from Trader Joe's, right? Because she's not keen on exactly what I like.
Wait,
but
you got a Christmas present?
I did.
Did we get a Christmas present?
Fuck off. It's coming. It'll be here tomorrow.
Where's my Christmas present?
It'll be here tomorrow.
I'm just saying.
I promise you will not be
Twice now.
disappointed.
Sore subject.
Twice
Not be
he's
disappointed.
brought up to us, oh guys, I bought you a Christmas present, but he didn't come in yet. And then now we're
Next
here
year,
again today. It's
2023.
tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
We're all married.
It's sitting
We've all-
on a shipping
We
container.
all use that excuse. I have it, but it's on its way.
And then
You go on eBay, you buy it, take a picture. See, I bought it. There's a receipt.
the next show is going to be
just say supply chain issues.
Do you want me to go into my Instagram?
Oh, no, here we go.
stole it
Put up.
off my porch.
I'm still my boy. My wife will be home all day tomorrow. There's no stealing. I'll make her stand at the door ready like a soldier, waiting for that UPS delivery. No, it's customized, and I ordered it at the beginning of December. Beginning of December, customized gift. I was stupid enough to think that it would be there by, Christmas, but it was not.
Reconstructed dead hooker.
Yes.
It's just a koozie. You know that.
Anyway, Collective Arts has this this can, and it's an IPA, and she bought me a bunch of IPAs, which I know it's just an easy layup for her, so that's perfect.
Shoot
Yep.
score.
Yeah. And it's a girl inside of one of those bins of cheese balls. So it's a girl like bent in
I've seen
half,
that.
shoved into. It's something you do, Stephen. A girl bent in half and fell into a cheese ball container, and there's cheese balls in the bottom. And I went, "What? What is this?" But
I'm going to drink it.
yeah, I'm going to drink it. It was
like 6
which
feet
really
of cheese
good.
balls? Because
What?
I feel
Which
like
company?
otherwise.
Collective Arts.
Oh, it is collectible.
Yeah, yeah.
Really? They
Good-
do
good
stuff like
sours,
that?
too.
Yeah, it was.
they're
It
pretty-
looked very evil
they're plain,
twinish.
typically.
It looked very, like you were
Like
saying,
hoof-hearted.
kind of abomination-ish.
I feel like
Yeah,
someone
weird.
started there in the advertising because they're typically flat and
Yeah.
straight colors. And
they're
this is what
very,
it is.
they're very,
plain.
It was
like
one of
plaid.
those. It was
Maybe they
with
mix it
full wrap cans,
Someone came in to try and
teal
prove something.
blue, and then everything just stood out, and very small letters on the back. It's Collective Arts, and the standard stuff they have to
They
have.
got some good sours.
I gotta
too,
look that
man.
up.
Yeah, it was really good. It was an IPA. It was
Because people
delicious.
forget about
What did
that.
it taste like? Because I'm thinking cheese balls. I don't.
No, well, that's
Yeah.
what I was afraid of. That I'm going to have
Sweaty.
this thing like.
Just dead hooker cheese balls.
It was good. It was just like a regular standard IPA,
Nice.
little juicy but nothing crazy.
Sometimes
6%.
the can art
Yeah,
won't
yeah.
really match the beer. Sometimes,
Right.
It is discouraging.
Yeah.
And
you
it's-
look at it and you're like, "What?"
it'll throw you off.
Throws you off. You're not okay.
And that's the thing.
See,
like
but-
people have to think about that.
You go in the refrigerator. And
there
it looks
are-
like iced tea, and it turns out to be cranberry juice.
There
Yeah.
are
That's how it happened.
there are times when you do get a can of something and
Yeah.
the artwork in that sucks so bad, and then you drink it and the beer sucks so
Yeah.
bad. that's when you know. I mean, it's
Everything
just-
sucks.
Everything
Yes.
came together perfectly. This
It
happens.
just sucks.
This happens.
And there are some that
And
just-
I've had a few last year that I was like, who the fuck thought of this can art?
and,
Who-
and on
what-
top of it, the
what were
beer
you-
And
inside.
who made the beer?
You
this.
thought this was good.
This went through.
And then I drink it and go, and you thought that was good too, that you canned it and put this shitty art on it.
That's funny.
See, that's hard for a business owner too. Some brewers come in with their beer, and they made the beer, and they're like, "Hey, I want you to put this on tap," and you're like, "Oh, let's drink one," and you drink it, and you're like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Is the bucket over there?
Yes,
That I
yes.
could.
We got beer. We got beers in the
I
bucket.
still have it.
put it
Well,
aside.
can you just dump that into the bucket and at the bottom of it? I mean, the beer's going to touch the water that I'm rinsing out because.
drink the can side, so we're good.
Well, where the shit did my beer go that I wanted to share with everybody today? Oh,
I'll go.
I got it. No, I go. Oh, I go because I got a big.
I
bag.
go.
Is it warm? Is it cold?
No, now it's perfect temp.
Not doing this you go, I go shit.
You can.
Just open it.
No, I didn't go. No, you go.
Oh,
Oh
shit.
yeah, you got the fin back.
So Finback.
Yes.
Oh, I love them.
Okay, love them.
But
they dropped.
Sounds like there's a but.
There's a but.
Okay.
And here we go.
So the thing is that
And here
I
we go.
love them. I love them, but they dropped 15 SKUs last time.
Did they?
They dropped 15 SKUs in my inbox, and I shied away. That's
Because it's so much. It's
because
too much.
EQ did that to me, and it just sat.
Like what? MC squared.
Everything.
Everything.
What? But well, how much?
I
did
saw
you?
the same
Here-
way.
I
here's-
took a case of each.
Okay, so here's the problem with that. All right, so the new place opened up on Hempstead Turnpike. That smoking place, whatever it's called. It's a new. It's very flashy. It's by Target in Levittown. It's right by here. It's about 5 minutes down
Used
the
to be
road.
something else.
It was, yes.
What's the name of it?
Oh, shit, I used to deliver to them, and then they changed the whole...
Right. So now they're like a beautiful shop. They
Fuck,
have
yeah.
all sorts of shit in there. All right, so in there, Rob, they
gonna
have
drive me crazy.
they have other half.
I'll pull it up.
They have
better
EQ.
than
They have
other
all that stuff. Now
Other
here's
half. Oh, so which beer? It's a beer house.
yeah. They got it's all craft beer. I want to say it's like smoke. It's beer and
Smoke
smoke.
and Beer Island.
Smoke and Beer Island.
Okay.
There you go. Brand new. It's about 6 months old or so.
Okay.
So I go in there, and I'm searching. I'm like, wow, they got all this. They got all that.
Yeah.
It's great. $30 a 4-pack. For
Bro.
EQ, and I can't do that. I can't, as a person that can go get something in my town
Yeah.
for $16,
Which is
pay
better.
double, right?
Well, the thing is
Better.
that
or at least equal. We'll say at least equal.
They're not
let me tell you a little bit about that. Okay,
And
Certain
I get it. You
companies,
have to have.
they sell
your
it to you as
upsell.
retail.
right?
So the thing is that say they
Are they
give it to
playing?
you.
They
say-
playing a game?
Yeah,
Okay.
because they want you to essentially come to them. So like, oh, we're in your neighborhood, but we're going to sell it to you for $150 a case. And then you got to put your 35% on top of that.
30%.
So now you're looking at $30, $40.
Yeah.
Bro, like unless you-
$31.99 for a 4-pack of EM squared or whatever.
imprint,
ECM squared.
imprint schmoozy, $45 4-pack.
Yeah.
And that's the only way you're going to eat
Yep.
close to break
But-
even, if not more.
But I wish
make
Mark-
$1 a
I
case.
wish
gone.
I wish
Yeah.
Mark was here tonight because what he's done and I'm
Yes.
trying to transforming American Beauty Bar and Grill as well because I'm getting these cases of stuff and I don't want
Yeah.
them going bad. You know, my 30, 45-day rule in IPAs. I have the MC squared.
Yeah.
I'm getting the fin
He
backs
stopped
in.
getting those because you can get them here, and
Yeah.
you're going
People
to pay
do it in their
more. But you
house.
know what? Why do that? When I
I'm
can
looking
get
to mark
something
them
else-
up right now, $1 each.
Yeah.
Because if people pay $5,
Yeah.
$6 top, even 30 is a little too much.
Yeah.
You get them for $24, $25.
I don't mind
buy
paying 25.
Evil Twin.
but it's $31.99 plus
crazy.
tax and deposit.
People tried that shit with Fructus Danica, and I'm like, what are you doing? You can't charge
No,
$38.
Oh, Omnipolo and Evil Twin did a beer, even more.
Even more jelly donut.
No, it was an egg.
Oh, don't know.
Okay, it walked through my door without me putting anything on. $250.
What?
Split it up by 6 4-packs.
6? What are you? Have
Look, just wrap your mind around that. And now it's on my 50 off rack. I'm the only person, by the way. I have a 50 off rack in West Babylon Superstore. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Good sell.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's only 125. Cup of water out of the ocean on that one. Oh my lord.
Better than 250.
yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Did you sell
Yeah,
any
you
of
know
them?
I sold 3
Someone
out of
bought it.
6.
Now,
I
what
did.
was the get for that? What was it?
Because
that
it was
you-
the jammy era. Sour jams.
Oh, okay, all right. So it
jam
was hot
bombs.
and it was gonna go.
Yeah. And people
But-
were like, oh, it's great. But Omnipolo, not for nothing. Their stuff is like up there. Yeah.
Stuff.
By themselves is like $100, $120, $130 a case.
They had a
So both
very
names
good
together?
pilsner. Very good pilsner.
But you can do that for
Yeah.
Treehouse,
Kevin
and
the
that
Dude.
would sell faster, right? I mean, if
For now.
I got
Yeah.
Trillium or if I got Treehouse at $150 a case,
Yeah.
that would sell faster,
line down the block.
right?
Yeah, damn straight.
Speaking of
like
which,
I was saying-
are you getting are you driving up to Massachusetts to get the stuff from Treehouse?
Is the SLA listening? What are you doing?
I sincerely doubt it.
thing. No one's coming
comes.
after him.
So that was one of the things that, like,
I'll take the fall for you, buddy.
might
So those
have
dead
bruised.
hookers.
Heat Miser Brews warned us. He's like, don't say anything about what Mark's been doing. And I'm like, well, Mark's been, I didn't repeat to him, and he's probably still listening. But I said, Mark advertises it. Like, when he does his Instagram videos and stuff
Where
like
do
that.
I drive to next?
Right.
Yeah, but he's doing it legally. Mark's
Yeah.
not doing anything.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
He's given the liquor license.
So that's the
that
difference.
guy knows. He forgot.
If you have a
what I know
liquor
about beer.
license, you're good.
Right.
Fine. I have a liquor license. They come in every
Correct.
6 months and they say, let me see liquor and tax ID.
I wasn't trying to call him out on it.
No,
I'm just saying I'm pretty sure Mark's doing it the right way.
I've offered him Treehouse, and he's like, "No, thank you." I get it right. I have it on Facebook. No, thanks. I'm good, bro.
I'm good.
No, he travels a lot.
Yeah,
bro.
oh, yeah.
Does that? He is.
I
so
met him
he-
once, but yeah.
He
He's
spends
in the scene. He knows his shit.
Yes.
out there.
Yeah.
and he goes up and talks and hangs, and he knows
Yeah.
where to go next.
He builds relationships.
Yeah.
man. He knows. But
Hey,
he
Mark, if you're
loves-
listening, Fiddens. Fiddens.
if you could get some, he'd want some.
I'll be
too.
there tomorrow. Yeah,
King-
well, I
King
can't get all
Burn.
that much.
But with
King
him,
Burn.
Oh, yeah, Kings, yeah.
he has a serious passion. more
Yeah,
than
oh, yeah,
I'll
well,
ever
that's-
have about beer and the way he talks about it, the way he loves it,
And he
knows-
makes great grilled cheeses.
Jesus.
He doesn't, man. Ryan.
And I
makes
could use
them.
one
yeah,
right
right,
about
right.
now. Now Popeyes or grilled cheese right now.
Man.
Both of which are
Popeyes.
delicious sounding. This is by the way, Peter, this is Trogs.
Okay, so went to
Yes,
Trogs,
very
took the
nice.
kids to
Hershey Park,
yeah.
which is
went
why
to
I go
Trogs.
there.
And yeah, it's right there. Great food, great everything.
Absolutely.
And we go there. My wife loves sours, and like, oh, we have this, we have that. They do all offshoots, but they don't sell them.
No.
Yes.
Nope.
So they had like
um,
6 or 7
the
different
Scratch
sours,
series.
all the scratch series.
Yeah.
And she's like, "This is amazing. Can we get a keg?" The guy's like, "No, these are screw ups." I'm like,
These
"What do
are-
you mean there's a screw ups?"
Yeah.
It's like they're
They're up to
kickbacks.
like 300 and something of that scratch series.
Yep.
I love that fucking place. I didn't. So I'd had the beer, once or twice. I had Troganator, back in the day.
Yeah.
And went to took our kids to Hershey Park, and weather fucked us. Like there was like 24-hour like thunderstorm.
Time to drink beer.
But we're at the hotel. We're at the hotel, walking by like they have that like rack where you see all like the things to do in the neighborhood or whatever. And I see a fucking brochure for Trogs. I'm like, fucking what? And I'm like,
Jesus
it's down.
emanates.
It's down the block from Hershey Park. Like it's on Hershey Park
You can
Boulevard.
walk there. It's only 2 blocks.
2 blocks away.
It's
terrific.
one,
Yeah.
and then
Hershey
it's-
Lodge, and
Yep.
then it's there.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, like you said, they have a kitchen there. They do really good food. You can get
You get your
you can get the
picnic
stuff for the
table,
kids,
you go
but you
back
can
up.
get the
It's giant. They have the
Oh,
big
it's
tasting room. They have
huge.
the outside. They have the back.
They have a
storeroom,
mezzanine
They have
level
the
up
mezzanine
now.
level. Yeah,
Oh,
nice. They have the
terrific.
stairs.
Terrific.
It's-
Fucking
And all their beers
Love it.
that we get out here, it's delicious. It's like that's fresh.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't get fresher than that.
There's another one that I would recommend if you're in the Hershey Park area, Lancaster Brewing. So it's a restaurant, it's a brew pub, delicious, but their 27 individual beers come in a mat that they put down on your table and takes up pretty much the whole table. So I'm a
how many
family of
fucking
4.
people does it
Wow,
take?
27.
How many ounces
One
per
raw.
plate? How many ounces per taste?
I think it's like a 4-ounce pour.
Oh my god!
Yeah. I have a picture of it. I'll show you after the show.
Do you get a shirt if you drink it?
I drank it.
Wings.
You drank it.
I didn't drink
Where's
all
your
of it.
shirt?
My wife had a couple. She
Funny.
she had the blonde, she had the sour, she had like the lighter beers.
Larry and I from Spider Bite, when we were in at GABF,
Yeah.
we did a flight of 28
Yeah.
at Obscuria.
My wife drove back to the hotel, just so you know. I didn't
come
drive
on,
that night.
Tylenol.
Oh, okay.
Bro,
Yeah.
we just went.
And you're mixing. That's a
The
lot of
hardest
different
thing. Well, no,
things.
I did one by one. The hardest part is I left the darks till last. I should have started with them
darks and then come
because
right on.
come down. But I waited to and I had like 3 left, and I'm just
I just
Yeah.
at that
Yep.
point.
none of them were
Like
terrible.
meatballs eating the friggin' hot dogs. The last one.
I'm going through the sweats. I'm like, I didn't even touch my dinner.
Better than meat sweats doing a beer flight.
The Great Outdoors Beer Edition.
The old 96er.
Oh my god!
All I see is gristle and fat.
But great beer. I mean, I didn't even know you could make 27 different varieties of your own beer in a brew pub. That to me is what that sold me on. I'm like, you have that many?
How many beers they got?
They got at least 27. I gotta show you the picture. It came in a mat. It's a huge wood plank that has it's their logo.
Yeah.
And they set it down in front of you, and you go,
You're gonna do this?
and it was only like $20.
I made a serious error in
It was like
judgment.
$20.
Another
I'm
fucking
like,
New Yorkers here. Get him, Daddy. Get him.
We wait till he gets outside. We'll get him in the bushes.
See that boy? His watch sparkles like my mama's eyes.
someone needs a good keystering.
Came in a cutlass.
Oh no.
Did anyone tell you you have a pretty mouth?
Oh my god! That's pure
I
American.
seen that shit in Taco Bell, Daddy.
Are those shopping cart handles? He's an easy target.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Bo, go get the keys to
Let's all start out the goddamn 10%. I'm just gonna put this out there. Started with a 10%.
It was the best thing to start
Now
with.
we're at 2%.
I'm so sorry. Not really.
We went down a level to 8%.
Fiddlesticks.
No, it's fighting.
Final sticks.
Dear Jesus, which one is this? I don't even know which Trogs I'm drinking.
Trogs LeGrave.
That's funny.
Really goddamn good. This is
That's delicious.
up
Yeah.
my fucking alley every day of the week,
It's
man.
very, very good.
So how far can you get into wild ales before you find them sour?
That's interesting because he doesn't like
there you go.
sours,
I don't
but
like
yet he'll
sours.
drink
It's
the
on
wilds.
the edge. It's on the edge.
Would
But it has
you
more
tell
of
me?
that-
Would you?
Sometimes
is
guys
this
will,
approaching sour?
a lot of people will
No,
label their
it's-
sours a wild
No.
ale.
Yeah.
And sometimes the wild ale will be labeled
Yeah,
as sour.
yeah, you
Beer
can-
menus
yeah.
are on tap. Will hit
But it-
that. Oh,
this
this is
has-
sour. I'm like, no,
you
it's a
can.
wild ale.
This has a lot more of the saison feel to it, though.
Correct.
That's why I know
Correct.
he's into it just for that
little
flavor.
sparkles at
Yeah,
the
yeah,
end.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's his
Outstanding.
thing.
When it starts getting
Love it.
puckery for you,
Like you like
too
Plan
much.
B?
Yeah.
Too much
Yeah.
sour.
Plan B's got the
Yes.
very good wild
Yeah.
I
ales.
want the green one.
Raised
green-
bed.
I should
don't
have brought
know.
my Plan B. I have one left.
I have a
Plan
green.
B's very
I have a
good.
Mine's the
pear
wild
Plan
ale.
B.
Yeah,
Wow.
the
Mostly
wild ales are
ales.
delicious.
I should have brought some Cascades and fucking crushed your skull.
A little sang noir.
I also have a St. James double.
Oh shit!
I would have brought that, but I decided to bring the stout from Finback.
No, I did good.
And so my buddy Nick from Queens, that we call him
Does
Night.
it look like this?
I have one of those, and I also have the. But wait,
There's more.
I also
wait,
have the
there's
triple, which would have really fucked the world up.
This is what Mike got me for my
We're all
birthday.
sleeping here now.
True.
My first dead hooker.
That's a good.
First
That's a
day
good beer.
hooker.
Love that beer.
What were you saying?
The no, I forget. So yeah, our buddy Nick from Queens. He is relatively close to Finback and always brings me some good stuff. This is courtesy of Nick, so I figured we'd open it. Guy, crack it open, since we're almost all done with the Trogs. Yeah, you know what? All right, forget it. I take care of business like this. Don't even bother.
Oh, there we go.
Done.
Look at
Oh,
him.
shit.
Look at him.
It's already open.
Oh, you took your wife's
so
wine opener?
this,
I bought a bottle
Mrs.
of mead.
O'Toole.
and I've been completely like
Just
paralyzed compared to like other half. To me, Finback's got something a little different, but still sells me on the hoppiness, the double dry hop
Yeah.
IPAs and stuff like that. Are really good. But the stuff, their barrel programs,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they think they did, because when I was there,
Never had a barrel from them.
so this is a imperial stout with coffee and hazelnut, not a barrel, but
Now for something completely different.
now there's something completely different. It is. I had another one like this. They do great stuff in the dark realm, and that's one of the things like people tend not to appreciate.
Yeah.
The dark.
Yeah.
Like you have a brewery that does great
That's where they keep
IPAs
the
and
prostitutes before
holds up with the
barbecue.
big guys, and then
The
all of a
dark
sudden,
realm.
right around the corner, here comes this, imperial stout.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Like it just
the dark realm?
I love some of those breweries that do that to you. That just they fuck your world up. With,
Question for you guys, and even Steve, when it comes to the darker beers and people want to serve them cold,
Yeah.
and like when I first had a
I
salt
know.
fudge and I put it on Tribal Cow, and I tapped it, and I tried to pour one as quick as possible before it got cold, and it was delicious. What is your take on something like this? Do you want people with the stouts to drink them warm?
I would rather it be in the 50 range,
Yeah.
in the
Okay.
50-degree range.
Okay.
I'd say that's
Like at
40,
least 45,
46,
right?
46.
Yeah.
40, it's like 46 and a half, I think.
I got the laser pointer on it
like,
before. I'm like, yeah, it's
It's a
perfect. It's good to
little
go.
chilled.
I don't have anything in there to keep things cold, so the other one I have is going to really kick ass. So
Yeah, there's nothing worse than
An ice cold.
getting it an ice
good Lord.
cold stout.
can I have my ice cold stout now, please? Thank you.
No. Chuck.
Thank you. So for what I had from Finback over the last few years, it's to me always been tasty, flavorful, got the things that I want out of a good beer.
Very nice.
And
What's the percentage on that?
go ahead, Pete. Pete's reading it. There's some heat to this. You
Should
could,
we go back
They
up?
they tell you to serve this at 52 degrees.
50.
Right?
See, they're smart.
might as well sleep outside.
11.5%.
11?
11.5.
But that's like the Uber gig. That did not take like a 10%.
I know,
Imperial
yeah.
stout with
I'm about to like
Costa
chug this.
Rica
10 years
Finca
ago,
Angelica
I go
coffee from
sideways.
Invisible
That's a-
Force
it's a
and
7%.
hazelnut.
Yeah, the hazelnut smooths it out a lot. That's good.
Delicious.
Yeah,
Definitely
that's,
hazelnut.
Yeah, that's
Very
what's
nice.
mostly
Very
forward. in
candied.
that.
Mhm.
The
Very nice.
it's again the stuff that they have done IPAs have,
nice.
of course, ruled what they've done, but then you can't sleep on breweries that have things like this.
Nope.
Mike, what breweries here locally? On the dark end, let's not say Barrage. On the dark end, have really done it for you over the last few years.
Oof. Not that I've gone out.
Somebody knows.
Stillwater. We know we've done the On Fleek, but that's not local. Haven't really done the local dark scene at all.
It's tough, right? I mean,
It's not there.
yeah. I mean, there are
It's
some,
not there.
but they're not
Eleanor by
available.
Dunkel, they hit the point a little bit.
Black
there.
IPA.
Black
Yeah.
IPA. Stuff
Love
like
my
that.
Eleanor.
Eleanor. Yeah.
But there's nothing.
Eleanor.
That's
Yes.
still like
Yes.
one of the
It's one
Yes.
of the good.
better black
Black
IPAs.
IPAs.
Which again, I remember.
I'm going to stop you right there. It's the best black IPA. Chris, John, make it again now. I'll buy another case.
I was buying 5 cases because some guy would come in and buy
And
2 4-packs at a
you
time.
don't have any more
it was
left,
true
do
to
you?
its name. It was
The
Eleanor.
thing
You couldn't
with it
find
is, they could only sell so much of it.
Yeah.
Because there were those people that are like, oh, fuck that black IPA. We ain't. Because when black IPAs first came out, everybody wanted to kill each other from
Yeah.
it.
Cloak and
Like
Dagger.
Wookie Jack.
And they had crazy
You
shit.
know, and then all of a sudden, within a year's time, they fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
It's good.
But then now they're starting black lagers, black IPAs are starting.
Which I like a good black lager.
Everyone's
More
doing
black
photo-
lagers.
everyone's doing
Oh,
photos.
Shipwreck's Black from Long Beach. That's a good. Yeah.
That was a good one.
Good
That's
black
terrific.
lager. Delicious.
It's different.
Yeah, stuff. Rob,
Who's making
what's
good
coming through the
stouts?
doors, dark wise?
Dark wise.
Fitback's your thing though right now, man. They're
Yeah.
doing it.
That's good. I
But
mean,
here's the problem I have. Like Mark gets that, so
Yeah.
I watch Mark's Instagram and I try and copy what he buys. Sometimes I do. I steal his shit all the time. But I'll get the email from Andrew from Finback, and I'll have a list. I'm like, hey Mark, how'd you get that shit? Because it's not on the fucking list.
Yep.
So he'll be getting stuff that I'm not getting because he's built that relationship with Finback. He's like, oh, sorry, I might have missed out on those 17 beers that everybody wants.
he's waiting for that one.
I'm getting Rolling Clouds, Oscillation, this, that, and he's getting this. And I'm like,
Yeah.
can I get some?
Help a brother.
I got one stout from the latte.
Oh yeah, latte's good.
It's good.
Oh, we had that one.
But
Yeah.
I'm like, can I have the other stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've done a couple adjunct versions of latte too. They did a spicy one with like jalapeno or chipotle.
Yeah.
They did another barrel aged one that was released. And again, these are the only reason why I know is because my buddy Nick is there. That's kind of like his local spot.
Yeah.
There's Queens Brewery over there as well. Bridge and Tunnel do great, and Evil Twin opened up relatively close to there as well. That second location, yeah. But this one, to me, out of those 4. Even Evil Twin, they do amazing dark beers.
Yeah.
Rob,
Abomination actually.
Abomination?
Abomination made Santa's Black Blood. I actually made a T-shirt because
Santa's
it's that
Black-
damn good.
He's Nomad, right?
They come out at 12%.
Abomination's at a 12%.
In Connecticut, yeah.
Yeah.
So they are Nomad, yeah.
Yeah, or
technically,
contract.
Yeah,
What was
yeah,
it?
contract. But like,
I don't think he does it
they
anywhere
make
else.
actually really good stuff.
2022 is just as good as Fuck 2021.
Yeah.
Fuck 2021. I bought 2 cases.
Kane. That's what I was trying to.
I
think of.
got pre-order and then
It's
I
hard to
just
get,
got another
though.
one.
I hit up Brian all the time. He's like, oh,
Yep.
well, that's gone.
No,
Well, I ordered it yesterday. He goes, it's gone.
no, I'm literally the minute it hits, I'm already in.
Sunday night.
I'm already in.
He started giving me the schedule on Sundays. I'm like, you're out of
Yeah,
everything. He's like,
Sunday.
I'll give it to you on Fridays now. I'm like, And then Wednesday, any shit that. Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
You about to get cold.
I want mine on Thursday.
You gotta keep.
I'm coming to your house.
But even him, like I bothered Anthony forever on Facebook for Root and Branch, and I'm like, no, he said yes. He's like, he's not giving you a keg. Stop. And the next day, he's like, you're getting a keg. Life and
Begrudgingly.
Like, thank you.
But not for nothing. Every Sunday, I get everything I need.
yeah.
I never got one case that was like out of order.
Is that your
No, no,
delivery
no.
day? Is
12
Sundays?
No, Sunday
Sunday
it
is
drops.
12%
Okay.
drops. The list comes out, and I fight with him and 75,000 other people. over-
Burgerology always like, did you get this? Did you get that? I'm like, yeah, I got this. I didn't get this. I'm like,
You see Evil Twin Blueberry come out, you're like, you're pressing the button, like, come on, sell it to me. Yes, right?
Burgerology actually reached out to us over the summer or the fall, and they had a couple of festivals. They're going to be doing a lot of big stuff over the next
They're
year of
opening one up in
2022 as well.
Farmingdale
They're everywhere.
Yeah, no, Huntington.
and Farmingdale.
Yeah, they got a couple.
nice.
But they're again competitors and trying to get that beer. How tough is it to get that one? Like, what's the one like? It comes out and I got to get this.
2021. Fuck 2021. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was a big one.
That's a big
for
one. Yeah,
everybody.
you had to pre-order. I didn't even know I had to pre-order it. I just
you
clicked
have
the
to
button,
click the button and it comes
and
up.
they were like, and it came in the next day, and I was like, "Where's my abomination?" He's like, "Oh, that was the pre-order." So then when it came on the screen again, I put another case.
That Mexican cake is always a fucking problem.
Really?
I've
Is
never
that Bridge
seen
and
that
Tunnel?
anymore.
I think there's
I
a
got one.
Trace
No,
Leches
that's
one.
Westbrook.
Westbrook.
No,
I do not
I still
see
have
that beer
cases of that from.
You'll sell it. You'll sell it.
Yeah.
It'll go.
You'll sell it.
It'll go.
It'll go. It always goes.
People realize it's
But-
not this year's, it's last year's. But
I
yeah,
don't-
that'll stay. That'll be good, right? Is that a dark?
That's-
Always. Whenever
Like-
there's
Like
dark,
goose?
Icy.
Spicy? Yeah.
I
Oh,
love
so that'll
pressing
stay.
those.
Oh, spicy. Yeah.
I hate
But
buying
it's so
too many
good.
IPAs
Yeah.
because then you
Yeah, the
have
shelf life isn't
the
there.
shelf life. I'm just like, okay. So right now I have a shit ton of Treehouse, and we've had this pandemic reoccur.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get rid of Treehouse. I'm having a trouble
Hence,
getting
he
rid of
has a
fucking
bucket
What
over
the
here
fuck?
with them in
We
here.
had a can of King
Jesus.
Julius. I'm trying to get rid of Treehouse right now.
That's
I
crazy.
have
That's
5 more cases
insane.
late.
What an odd
I'm
problem
doing-
to have.
I'm doing 4 packs for $25.
Let's go all drink it.
But I was gonna say you guys now.
Excuse me?
It's sold.
The governor has shut down my business, but I can sell it to go now. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
thank you.
To go cups.
That is, but you can
Back.
sell 4-packs to go then, right?
I am.
By that,
We're
yeah.
doing Julius. I have Super Treat. I have a whole.
Super
I have
Treat's delicious.
From which location?
Belmore. Last
Okay.
week was fun.
Noted. Type it down. Put it in it.
Seriously, put it in there.
Hey Google.
Hey, goo goo.
And we have certain people. We have 2 menus, and one says Secret Stash, Michael's Secret Stash.
Yes,
And
yeah.
they get it, and they go, "Oh, let me try this." I go, I don't want you to try something. I go, "Do you know that you like that beer?" No, I go, "It's not for you." What do you mean? I go, "It's not
No soup for you."
because I have- and I'll have my allocation was 4, and they'll drink one and go, "Spit." No, it's not for me. I'm like, "Oh, it's not."
No, you're paying for it.
I don't care if they're paying for it. I want to drink it now. You opened up the Holy Grail, and then you
Damn
don't want to
straight.
drink out of the chalice.
Yeah.
Selling, dude.
All right, now move on to go. Here's some
Blue Moon. I'll
Blue
give you a little orange in there.
Butter.
Delicious. You're gonna like it.
I like it with the enthusiasm. It's like, all right, you get blown. It's yours now. So you guys, there's that online presence, right? That you guys have got to have at this point. You got to be up on it. You got to be ready to like you said,
20K.
whatever it
You
is.
used to have to hit 3 people 3 or 4 times, and they were your customer.
Right.
It was 20 to 30 times
Wow.
to keep them fresh in your
Yeah,
head. Because
damn
as
straight.
soon as I'm putting something up, he's putting something up, and then
Yep.
they're putting something. And it's just people remember they're goldfish. They're Nemo. They're remembering the last
Yeah.
10 seconds.
They're vying for your attention.
And it's over. It's
Yeah.
just like these breweries that people don't know about. Oh, that was great, and their beer's gone.
I will give you guys a little bit of a tidbit. People don't like, and this is me saying this because I'm a nice person. So people are like, don't share your secrets. People don't like reading things anymore.
No.
Reels.
Fuck no.
Reels.
Picture
Yeah.
move.
Reels.
Picture move.
Reels.
Lazy. They don't want to
Yeah.
walk to the mall.
So you need to
They
do
wanna
reels
walk too far away.
and
Walk
go
to the
with it.
mall.
If there's no parking spot really close.
Should we go to the
they're
mall
We're done, we're out.
today?
out. They're all
TCB
going
wise?
in.
Today.
Sunrise
No.
Mall gone.
No one wants.
Oh.
Yeah, nobody
Frozen
wants
yogurt
to
anymore.
read anything anymore.
No.
People don't want to be like, oh, because I see Mark, he always posts these things, and he's like, yeah, 10%, he puts a synopsis. How many people are reading that?
Nobody.
And I feel bad because I read it.
I do.
read it.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Everyone here does, I guess.
okay,
I guarantee
people
that.
under, like, they're 21, 22.
Our new
like, come
demographic,
on.
we're-
Oh, it's blue. Like,
We're over the biggest challenge I'm having is that me and my wife, we're over the demographic that we're looking to do business with, and we don't know how to collaborate them. So we
Yeah.
use Union Square Advertising now. And their team, we met them, they're all between the age of 22 and 30.
Wow.
Boom.
So tracking that.
So we looked at them and we're like, yes, we need you.
Yep.
You and your skinny
We're going to
jeans. This is
suck out your
Skinny
fucking
jeans.
youth.
This is going to be great.
We need 2 Utes.
Suck out the fucking youth and
they're coming up with
vibrance
Sisters,
and
what's going on
energy.
here?
Hey, really quick, we're going to go dark on Instagram for a moment because we're going to go over and do something we're very late on. Holy shit, we're late on.
Oh,
It is Steve's questions, and we'll be right back
Yeah.
to do that in just a moment.
do that.
We're going to share that, and
yeah.
give me 30 seconds with that. But
30
we're going to do
seconds of
Steve's
love.
questions. In the meantime, while I'm just throwing this up there, and I'm just going to put a title here.
what were some of the memorable years you guys had the last year?
actually using Steve's canning machine. I was, and it was just getting the beers out as quick as possible, man. Changing from a full service restaurant to a to go within minutes. We would shut down in seconds, and figure it out. All the glass out, plastic in, and just
Yeah.
change. I learned to go. I learned how to change my business within seconds.
Yeah.
And
I
we're
remember
also-
it was like the first week.
Yeah.
You guys, everything was closed. You put all the tables like up against so nobody could walk
Walk
and it
through,
was to goes,
change
and I come in to get some to go beers, and he's like, "You want to do a shot?" I'm like,
Oh, we
Yes.
hit the Jap whiskey.
we drank Japanese whiskey.
I had my most expensive bottle. I'm like, you know something? My life.
Japanese whiskey. What kind?
Oh, bro,
Wait.
We hit the Hakushu.
Nice.
18-year Hakushu.
18-year.
Yep. I used to be a bartender for 9 years. I
But
know
we're
exactly what
looking
you're
at the
talking about.
stuff, and I'm like, you know what? If I go out of business, I'm
I
going to drink that
was-
shit.
I
Let's do
was-
this.
And
Let's
I,
go down the boat, Titanic style. Let's go.
and I knew that bottle was there too, because I had seen it, and I'm like, why? How does he have that bottle up there? Why? does
Don
he have
Julio,
that bottle?
1942. Let's go.
All right, let's get Steve's questions rolling, and then we'll be right back.
All right.
Hey, you cool hep cats. Tonight, we bring you a very special presentation. 3 questions with our very own Steve Pominski. Yeah. Steve's questions. 3 questions from Steve. 3 questions. Steve's questions. Go.
Take it away, Steve.
I got to do it every single time.
I
just
know, I
have
don't
to.
blame
I
you.
have to. All right. So I ask everybody that comes on these 3 questions. You're going to get 1 question, and then you guys will answer those questions that first round and then the second round. Because I found that if I give you 3 right up front, it's gone. Like, what was the second, third question?
We were just drinking 10%ers, 8%ers,
and what was that?
another
last one?
11 and a half.
And 11 and a half.
Finished them. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah.
So first question. Well, we'll start you, Michael. What was the first craft beer that you said, oh, "What the fuck is this? I gotta have more of this. This is not Meisterbrow.
right,
this
so-
isn't Red Dog."
The way I was even introduced to craft beer was my mother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and I used to go up to Good Life every night just so
I
I
love
get
the
away
Good
from my
Life.
mom. And Joe Abruzzo was the bartender.
yeah.
It was W Meadworks, who's freaking awesome. And I'd come in with Bud Lights, and he literally said, "Dude, I know you like that, but try this." And it started with Rodenbach's. It was a sour. And
Nice.
he said, "Listen, I want you to try sours like a Petrus." He goes, "But try this out." And then it just elevated. And every night I'd come in, I'd say, "You know what? I don't want a fucking Bud Light. Give me that." And he ruined my fucking life. And it cost me so much motherfucking money.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Joe Abruzzo.
All right, so that way
I don't want
down
that
to Duck Alley.
I don't want that fucking keg, you prick.
so
um,
it was Rodenbach.
It was Rodenbach's.
You know how to get him back?
Sour Flemish.
You put a bunch of Montauk on his doorstep.
Oh!
I promise
day.
you.
He'll drink it.
Yeah, he will ruin your life if you do that.
Yeah.
Pumpkin. I have a lot of it.
Yeah.
Is that also on the 50%?
Oh.
It's on the 10% rack.
That,
Pumpkin 10%.
me and him, we polished off some crazy craft beer. Like he introduced me and he sent me on my way.
Cool.
He's the reason why I even got into craft.
Which I find very interesting that it was Rodenbach was the first one.
It was a sour, and I said I wanted to try something different, and it was a Rodenbach, the Flemish,
Yeah.
which is the least sour beer of all of them. And by the end of the week, he had me with Petrus, and I was drinking Petrus out of the keg, and I was.
So good.
He's like, "You like it?" I'm like, "It's fucking delicious. This is fucking great." He's like, "Yep, you're in, bro."
Try to sneak in a framboy.
Yeah.
He's like, try this framboy.
They
It's
would always throw
delicious."
that on, and the
Framboise.
one thing they had in
Framboise.
Effen was Guinness with a little framboise on top.
No, there you go. That's
That
a
was
good
the
one. I
gig,
like
and
that
was
one.
delicious.
That's in the night little dessert treat.
Finish it up.
Robbie.
Actually, it's me and Rob's favorite beer, Allagash Curio.
Oh, nice.
Boom.
I actually
Love it.
worked at a bunch of restaurants, and one of the restaurants I worked for was a craft place. And so bad of me, I had to try every 20 taps every other week. They always change everything out. And Curio was always number 7, and I always had to sneak a little, because it's my favorite. And actually, that's what started it all. Curio,
Nice.
man.
That's another like 11%, if I'm not
yeah.
mistaken, right?
No barrel, yeah.
It's triple aged in Jim Beam barrels, and then fresh triple.
Needless to say, there's a
that
barrel
fucking beer.
aged assault and fudgery, triple aged with Steve's nuts. So
That's upcoming. That's a variant.
yes.
It's a variant.
Very
that's
limited
coming out.
release.
Very, very, limited.
Limited.
I'll come to your house and make it for you.
Jesus.
You just gotta have the cans. I'll make it for you.
X-rated. S&M. Let's go.
If you buy the 4-pack, I'll come to your house and make it
Oh,
special.
Jesus.
You
I have
provide
one last can.
you provide the cotton swabs.
By the way,
balls.
those 4-packs are $140 for a 4-pack.
And that's at half off.
And that's half off. That's on the 50% rack.
You only get one nut in each.
one nut in each.
Oh,
How many nuts do we have? It's a 4-pack. What's
25% off.
He heats it up to temp right there and there for you with his bowl bag.
That's great.
Love it.
Bull.
so,
Second question.
Second question.
Question.
What's your favorite style?
Oh, favorite style. It's gonna be a lager. It's gonna be a
Good
lager.
answer.
It's gonna be a regular lager. As we were speaking before even the podcast, flavored beer.
Flavored beer?
Yes.
I get off on the Uber Geek tonight. I took a sip of it and it was fucking delicious. But when you're eating food, when you're hanging out, when you're doing your thing,
What do you want to have 17 of them?
17, 30, 40, whatever it is, you want to crush them, and you can crush. They have all sessions, IPAs. No, you have a lager. It brings you back even to the time we were talking about drunken times. I've never had a hazy night where we had a crazy night. You remember that night we fucking drank a case of the hazy beers? No, but I do remember drinking fucking lagers
Fair
all
enough, sir.
fucking night around a
Fair
campfire
enough.
and having the time of my fucking life.
That's
So
fucking great.
lagers,
Well
is-
said.
Lagers is where it's at.
We didn't have a hazy. It's
great.
a hazy, hazy night.
Everyone's doing reviews.
Kiss
Oh,
did that,
man,
right?
I'm on like number 5, and that one had grapefruit at the end. No.
Kiss did that, right? That was a hazy night.
That's great. That's great.
I'm a hazy
Rob.
boy. Hazy boy.
Actually, Belgium strong ale, like a delirium.
God damn, these are good answers.
Actually,
It's coming. We're
Feeling
getting
it.
at the age. It's an age thing, too.
Who
Nocturnum
that's not
or
in, not
Tremens?
in the 30s, regular.
Yeah.
Tremens.
Tremens.
Yeah.
It's good,
For Nocturnum.
good
Honestly,
Belgian ale. man.
Yeah.
Especially if you're Italian and you like 7 fishes. Anything with fish.
We have the
and
Noellen, right now, and it's still fucking delicious.
I have Noel,
man.
but I have it in the gift boxes.
Okay. It's delicious. It's good
Yeah, yeah.
fucking Belgian beer.
Cordial.
I
Yeah.
haven't had the red one yet.
I have the red and 4-pack cans.
Did you have the Deliria, the chick one?
Oh, that one.
It's actually really
one?
fucking good.
I wanna try that
Deliria.
one.
It's called Deliria. And all the
Deliria.
money's going towards
Oh, so it's a profit organization.
yeah,
Gotcha.
but
No,
it's
I didn't have
really good by that, man.
it. Nice. Yeah.
Really good. 12-ounce cans.
Nice.
Last and least.
Steve, are you losing breath? Are you down on
It's
breath?
so
He's
10
tired from
1%.
burying all those hookers.
I'll help you next time.
I'm just thinking how many I still have that I have to bury, and it's just taking it out of me.
1, 2. Damn it. I wish my trunk was bigger.
If
Like a cutlass.
you were out at a restaurant, not your own,
Okay.
and what's that one beer you would want to see on tap? That and it can't be Brush. What's that one beer? And it could be from any brewery, from anywhere.
Then I'm just gonna fucking order that fucking beer.
Yeah, you're
no
like,
matter
oh
what.
my god, I'm ordering that. That's the one.
You know, we talked about Trogs before, and to be honest with you, the wheat beers get me. And you know, we traveled over in Pennsylvania in the Dreamweaver, and I would get a wheat beer. You know what? Old Reliable. You want to hear the one fucking beer I would get? It's Old Reliable Wine Stefan and Heffa.
There you go. Nice.
Okay.
I was gonna
Old
say,
school.
Steve,
when
is that
you
one of
see
your
that-
favorites?
It's Old Reliable.
Effie. Yeah.
When that fucker comes out and the yeast, it's fresh. That
Actually-
fucking beer is good.
Other than that, for me, it would be Franziskaner, Hefeweizen.
Okay.
That's the one. But yeah, that's
It's just
Right there.
It's crisp. It goes, and you go out and you're eating. He just said, you know, the key point there was
Yep,
eating.
you're at a restaurant.
That beer goes with fucking food. It's like a saison with fucking fish. It's just the way it's supposed to be. So you give me that Hefe, and you give me, you know, I picture myself with a burger or steak. I want the fucking Hefe. I want the nice fucking Hefe glass, and I'm good.
Gotta have this stuff.
slice of orange, slice of lemon.
Orange.
Yes.
Whole garden's going with the lemon.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you.
Do love Home Garden. I love that. Their fucking
Rob,
glass.
what would be that beer?
It's a splice, actually.
Oh, here we go.
So you got High Life,
Okay.
You got highlight, and then you got 60-minute from Dogfish.
Or as the people that know, Jawa.
Jala. And I got the jala.
I get that Jawa.
Brought me right back to effing right there. That was effing place. That was their shit right there, man.
Yeah.
That's what brought it to Long Island.
So, by the way, Dogfish was one of
and
the first
cigar.
beers at Effin' Groovin' that I would and
Dogfish,
Magic Hat number
man.
9.
Magic number 9.
So I would
Yeah,
go back and forth
fucking
all
Magic
night.
Hat.
Magic
Yeah.
Hat number 9
Dogfish,
and Dogfish had 60-minute, which,
Yeah.
by the way, I crushed a case of this past snow day and weekend.
You know what I actually miss?
$10.99 at Stop and Shop.
I have some
$10.99 a six pack.
I have 3
Boom.
120s. I have 3 sixels of 120. I have different
I
beers.
have
120s, jeez.
I have the kegs.
What about
I-
Dogfish? The Christmas pack. Remember that?
I do remember it, but I never
I had it
never
like
had
2 years ago. What happened?
Never
to
had
it?
it.
Delicious. With
how about
buggy
this?
pickles.
all got married and had children.
Yeah.
And everybody else wants the
How about this? Magic Hat Snow Roller. It was a
Yeah.
brown IPA,
Nice.
which reminds me of like hash from Sweetwater. It was like hash hop or hash.
Yes. Yep.
That was delicious as well. It was a really hop forward browns, and they got rid of both
Sweetwater.
of them.
Pour one out.
Yeah, gone.
Jeez.
It's
Bro.
Well, they still
All
have
the big-
420 all over the place, but
where's
that's pretty much
Dogfish
it.
now. What's the they're not with
Two companies.
they were with Boning.
Yeah.
Now they're with
Manhattan.
Manhattan, yeah.
Yeah.
People
So-
But and all they want is 420 pale ale.
But
That's all they.
420. I'm sorry. The truck. It was a tie-dye truck. It
Yeah.
used to come up and down my street. It's gone.
Yeah.
And I used to rent
Now
that
it's
all the
just
time.
a flat color.
That and Ballast Point.
Oh yeah.
I went to
Scoping.
Cali
I think
like
Mikey Dietzel every
like
time
a
he
month
says that.
ago.
And you probably know her, Jen Galtieri.
Okay.
That used to be her little car. She used to drive that all over
I
the
know,
place.
yeah.
The
Yep.
little tie dye.
Now she works for Blue Point.
She's with Blue Point. Yeah.
Yep. She's a sweetheart. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
I remember one time she's like, "Oh, you want a hat and glasses?" I'm like, "Yeah." She opens up, there's all like tickets falling out. That car was like red ticket lights, like crazy.
Yeah.
But she was a sweetheart. Yeah.
They grapefruit sculpin was one of my
shit,
favorite
yeah.
favorite
Yeah.
IPAs
420?
when 420 was alright.
You know what was?
But it was for the Ballast Point lineup.
I like the habanero
Sculpin, I like
sculpin.
That one was good.
The watermelon.
Yeah, habanero, yeah.
that
And
was
the
good.
balusters, right?
Yes,
yeah,
that was a
yeah,
good
yeah.
one.
Which
Yep,
one
yep.
had not Idaho 7, but it was named the hop. Shit, I gotta remember because it's gonna bother me.
Goo.
Yeah, Google. Which one? Which sculpins were there? But there was. It was
There's a lot of sculpins.
Yeah, there's a lot of sculpins. But that one stood out because they used to have it up in Huntington when we would go to Paramount. And
Oh,
it would
shit,
be the
yeah.
one I'd seek out. Like, we're going to go to that place to get that sculpin. And we'd sit there either post or pre and get those
Narragansett
specific.
had it. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was. Probably you'll find out. We got the heat-seeking missile over there ready to find out the
Fine beer, dude.
fine beer. But Sculpin was great. Like I said, Sweetwater kind of really reduced their lineup. I guess at the tap room we'd probably find some cool stuff. But
I did.
in distribution, it's tough.
In Cali?
Yeah?
I went after like their weird stuff, like their Kolsch's
Yeah.
and their Heffies and shit like that.
Kolsch's don't have they need to come back.
Yeah, they do.
It's starting.
But that's like the lagers
Starting.
and the pills.
Barrier, when I
Like,
first
even in
started,
the winter,
Barrier had a
Kolsch's
Kolsch in a
big push.
16 ounce.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
All their 16 ounces were
Yeah.
delicious.
And
Their
they're
collab
better-
Oh, I
with
got their Saison in that.
the red button with Bayside or whatever it was. There were
Yep.
some
So
really
goddamn
good
good.
ones.
Thing is that, unfortunately, it's just like it's the younger generation. That's what they're catering to.
Right.
They're
Because
the
when's
ones that
the
are
last
dictating
time
what we're doing.
you went to Blue Point Cast Fest, right?
Yeah.
How many crazy gummy beers were there? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know because they were doing a lot of Long Island brewery beers. They weren't really
Yeah.
highlighting theirs as much as they were highlighting everyone else's.
Really? Okay.
But if you go to the tap room, there are some places where you could find those one-offs still.
Yeah.
But they don't do it as much as they used to, obviously.
There's
I mean,
a lot
so
of
they're too big to do that.
There's a lot of thick pores starting to come out.
Yeah.
what these
Which
guys want.
jam and lines and stuff.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Jam and lines.
450 North. Have you gotten
Gotta
that
get
anything?
Rosie's draft
So
solutions
450
to clean
North is
'em.
another one.
That's why
right.
he's there.
$45 4-pack for 450 North.
Yeah. Hand grenades.
No
Yep.
thanks.
Yeah,
Hand grenades.
exploding in your back seat. Good. Nope. Yeah, go for
But
it.
there are some that are
My
fucking
kids got
retarded.
shrapnel inside.
There was one from
beer in their
Eagle
eyes.
I did.
Yeah.
last year. How much cheese is even more cheese? And it was a thick pour, but
Yep.
it was fucking Delicious. By the time it hit your tongue to your throat, you had 17 different flavors.
At 450?
Even more
They were
cheese. No,
450?
that's Evil Twin, right?
Evil Twin.
Oh, yeah.
How
So-
much cheese is even more cheese? It was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
It wasn't beer. It's not beer.
It's not beer. It was
Joe Abruzzo,
orange with
hashtag
like
not beer.
vanilla bits, right?
Hashtag.
Yep.
Not beer.
Not beer.
He's not wrong.
Not the
Fruit
thing we
cocktail.
want.
Not beer. No, even
what I call it.
what they do with Mortalis, the
Oh, yeah.
Mortalis and
Hydra, even more Hydra.
even more smoothie they did.
Yep.
That was
The
ice
Hydra.
cream in a can.
Steel and Sand City's
Nope.
even mo.
But even at the end, you try and get it out of the can, and it's like just,
No, you got either that or that little mechanism that
Yeah,
they
the-
have. They crack it open off
Yeah.
the top.
it's
Yeah.
like killing a fucking hooker. You
You would know that, Steve.
It's a lot. It's not as violent as you think.
It's
more subtle.
a lot easier.
Just a bag over the head. No,
Bill Cosby and give him a pill first. See where they go. Follow him.
It's usually first. What does this rag smell like? Who's
going for
And then you just roll them softly against the sand.
I just want to go on those trips.
Just quick roll. Like
I help you?
Like you're kneading bread.
Stop, drop, and roll.
There you go. You got a third question, Steve?
Well, I did it already.
No, he did it
You
already.
did the 3?
Yeah.
Wow, I suck. I don't even pay attention to those things.
Wow.
I want to give you guys a big opportunity to kind of talk a little bit about your businesses. Mike, we'll start with you. Give us the lowdown on the showdown. What's going on with the 2 spots? Give us the weekly lineup. One of the things that kind of sets you apart was a lot of your drag shows, and a lot of people show up to the drag nights, which is awesome because it's just so unique to Long Island. They actually do a drag show here at Governor's, just so you know. Great comic lineup.
Yeah, they stole this idea.
Everyone did. And here's the thing.
Another bar that
Some of
has
the
a couple locations
funniest
stole your
fucking
idea.
things.
Oh, there's a
recently.
lot. So we did it. And
Happen
they
on the
try,
stage.
they try to take my drag queen sons of bitches.
Yeah, they try to steal them from
But
me?
again, it's mimicking.
Yo, man, you be stealing my drag queens.
Oh,
He's pimping them out.
There
There you go.
They're
No,
big girls. I mean,
it's
guys.
real,
I mean,
it's
I don't
real.
know.
Same thing that happens here. They saw the success of the drag queen comedy shows here at Governor's,
Yeah.
and people like small individual businesses try to take that idea.
My wife, everyone fought me on the drag queen bingo in the beginning. I saw it happening in Jersey City, in the city, in Brooklyn. It's happening.
yeah.
Long Island was ready. Everyone's ready. America's
They are.
ready.
Yep.
You know, and we did the drag queen bingo. And at first, I'll give you an example. When we first started drag queen bingo, we had a guy call. Sat at the end of the bar on Monday nights, drank his beer, came in, and all of a sudden he's like, "The fuck is this shit?" Paul, relax. No, man, you fucking. And they walked in. He goes, "Fucking you motherfucking." Yeah. I go, "Relax." I go, "I'll cash you out.
I got you.
I got you, man. You're out of here. I get it." So then, as he's finishing up his beer, the women start coming in, and we had 85 reservations that night. And these women, it's all fucking women that come to these events.
Yep.
And it was 75 to 85 women dressed to the nines from American Belmore. And as they sat down, I go, "Carl, I got you.
I'll take
Just,
another
I'm
beer."
gonna, well," and 10 minutes later, "You think I get like a card? Maybe I'll play some bingo." And, little do we know, Carl's there every single Monday night
go.
because there's 85 hot women
Yep.
out on the prowl. So the drag queen brunch, the drag queen bingo, everyone flocks to it.
It does.
After we started in 2019, it's all over Long Island now.
Yeah.
And everyone's hit us up and hit up our drag queens. Can we get them? And I, ask them, please don't leave us. And,
Yeah.
we'll make it
They still
happen.
do it. I still see your posts, and everything's still there.
It's
and you do-
happening right now. My wife's there right now. And
Oh, there you
we're
go,
doing
yeah.
Drag queen bingo, drag queen brunches. They sell out really quickly.
Yeah.
So we're 2-3 weeks.
I mean,
out.
you show the
Wow.
panoramic as the videos, and the place is packed out.
Packed out.
Packed out.
Packed
And it's
out.
all women, like you said.
all women. It's
And is this at both locations or just the
just Belmore.
just
Massapequa was
Belmore?
way too small. Massapequa's
it's
a
too
bistro. Massapequa, the bistro does well.
Yeah.
365 to local spot. Everyone comes for the food. I'm good.
Yes.
Still have a great beer lineup. They come in. Belmore again. We're still building. We're building.
Okay.
But
That's a big one.
this second string of COVID that's just hit us is.
Yeah.
This is worse than the 2020.
Just because the fail safes aren't there.
People are scared.
Yeah.
Damn straight.
I have people. 99% of them are afraid to go out. They're afraid, and then the
Which is
other,
weird because at this point you know what it is. You know what you're dealing with
I want to
now.
have a COVID party. Get it and then get antibodies and come out. Called the antibody party. I mean, Jesus Christ. They're legitimately afraid to come out. And these are people, not that don't want to get vaccinated. The
Yeah.
triple shot people don't
Yeah.
want to come out.
Yeah.
I've got 17 shots, but I'm going to stay home. I'm like, dude, fucking come
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
Just,
why I'm getting my booster, next week. Like, why am I doing that if it's not to
help.
fucking get back to normal?
Get back to normal, but
Yeah,
no one
let's do it.
they're afraid. I feel like they need
like
to.
people are watching too much news. That's what
They
that is.
are
Yeah,
both
dude.
sides. One side says it doesn't exist. The other side says you're gonna die.
Yeah.
you
Fucking
gotta-
A, dude.
Where's the
You
middle
have-
ground?
Exactly. You have to
I
be
agree.
The guy you hate
damn
came up
straight.
with it, but then
fucking
we want you to
middle ground.
take it. It's like, dude, fucking somewhere in the middle. It's real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gotta be.
Aliens.
Politics is bullshit. Come out with your own little fucking ideas.
Yep.
But they're following. They need someone
Live
to
life.
say. They need someone to come out and say you're okay.
Yeah.
Because
that's true.
their leaders are telling them that they're not okay.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and that's what's scaring.
That's
them.
what's scaring the shit out of them.
Small
We're
business
gonna
getting
fucking
hurt.
die. Small business is getting smoked, and
Yep.
from the beginning of this, the big box companies were never shut down.
Nope.
They're reaping
Yeah.
every ounce of this
I
benefit.
work for one of them. We were declared an essential business.
They're essential.
Amazon.
PlayStation 5 needs to be sold.
Wait, how did he know?
But it's real.
Yeah.
It's sad, but the small businesses are getting fucking smoked
This is
between
the-
food costs
Yeah.
and the beer costs. By the way, the kegs are going up.
Yeah.
They are.
Everything's going
Everything is
up
going
in
up.
price.
Yep.
And $35 for a 4-pack, you might be begging for that in a year from
No.
now.
Damn
Like,
straight.
oh man, it
Damn
doesn't-
straight.
I'm telling you
I'll
right
go
now.
up the block. I don't,
Somebody, what block? Because they're all going to be the same. Because
I'll go right back to loggers at $16 a
Bro,
4-pack.
breweries are actually going up too.
they're getting smoked because they're not just getting smoked with that. With us hiring people, I have guys walking through the door, even bartenders.
Yeah.
What are you going to offer me? I'm
Yeah.
like, as in what?
Yeah, they don't wanna
As in a
stay.
sign on. I go, sign up for what? Amazon's offering a sign on. I'm like,
Go ahead and drive a truck
They're
all day.
fucking
Go ahead.
Amazon.
I go, so go work for Amazon. Well, I'm really good at making
Peanut
cocktails.
bottle.
$1,000. They want that to sign in, and then after 6 months, they want another 1,000. I'm like, no, man. And you have, and he'll tell you, people on the sidelines that are not coming back to work. They're
Yep.
sitting on a lot of money they made
Yep.
during the pandemic, getting all that free money, and they're not coming back.
They're not coming back.
I
And the
can't
people that
get
you
them-
are getting are
People
incompetent.
keep drug addicts.
Yep.
I'm not going to.
I know a lot about craft
10%
beer.
are got me, dude. I don't know why the drawer is short again.
What's crazy about that though is like how much lower can like the employment rate get? Like it's under 4% right now.
Oh,
And everyone thinks that we're back to normal. We're not. My
No.
wife and I are
Small
doing 5-6
businesses
shifts
are not.
each. We're not getting the people in, and to get them back, you have to spend a lot of money, and the small businesses can't.
Yep.
You're crushing me with food costs, liquor
Labor
costs,
costs.
yep.
everything all
Yep.
at once, and then you're telling people not to come out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the.
That's not good.
I'm gonna go kill hookers.
How do,
with
how do,
Steve.
yeah.
Maybe I'll make
How
money
else
that
are you
way.
gonna get that anger out?
Wednesday
I mean,
nights. Wednesday nights.
drag show into death.
That's why I make my mead. No.
It's a new kind of industry night. Industry night with Steve Kaminsky.
Mead and hookers.
Listen, when
Bring
Steve,
a hooker, free beer to go.
Oh, I like it.
he blushes when he comes to my bar, and he does often because he lives around the block. And you say, "Hey, it's the Barrage fucking brewer." People want to hang out, man. They do. They want to be around the rock stars of the industry, and he's definitely
do.
a fucking rock star of the industry.
Yep.
Appreciate you, man.
Robbie, to you.
Yeah, we're located at 948 Little East Neck Road, West Babylon. I've been rocking it out for about 5 years. Been in the industry of the beer house for about 7 years. Yeah, it's been a great ride.
You check him out on
Man.
Tuesday nights at
Yeah.
Uber Geek for Industry Night, which is a fantastic.
And once in a while, I pop up now on the lives and do my spiel
What's the handle? The @
at West Babylon Superstar.
and your personal one.
Robbie Panda Dank Beer Reviews.
It's a lot of letters. In
It's
a
a
row.
lot. I realized
What's
that when I
an
put it that.
I'm over 45. What's that?
Isn't that?
Just Instagram.
It's a thing,
check 'em
right?
out.
What you guys
If
get
you just
people
type in
to-
Robbie Panda, it'll be the only one
Sure.
that comes up. More than likely.
Yeah.
Yes, have some.
Gentlemen, I really appreciate you guys coming on tonight. This is a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
My face hurts from laughing
Thank
as
you for
much. It's a
having us,
good,
man. I
great
had a
way
good
to
time,
kick off
man.
2022 for
Yeah,
season
brother.
5 of the Wort. Pete and Steve, you guys, we got a lot of stuff going on this year. Yeah, we do.
Okay.
We have, of course, AC Beer Fest coming up, June 3rd and 4th, or 4th and 5th, whatever it is.
when they
Where's that?
It's down in Atlantic City on Bader Field.
Field.
It's outside on an airstrip. We did it last year. It was fucking awesome.
and they set up a fucking concert stage that's like a little smaller than Jones Beach.
Wow.
yeah.
It's fucking big.
And
And
they get-
headliners and come down. And
Oh, yeah.
Let's see who's going to be there.
Well, if you like pop punk, it's going to be Newfound Glory,
Oh, fuck yeah.
and then it's going to be
Alkaline Trio.
Alkaline Trio.
Nice.
That's good shit.
Nah, man.
Yeah, and those are just the headliners, and they're going to have some really good openers.
And
I would last
Mastodon
30
is just
seconds
gonna
of that
sign
song.
autographs.
And then they're gonna have a special night for Pete with Tool and Slipknot and
Slipknot's coming?
Yeah.
No.
You can't bring Billy along? Come on.
Really got excited. Holy shit, I'm coming.
Pete would book his reservation today.
Yeah.
He'd be like,
I'd be in too. Let's go.
he's like hotels.com. Where's it? Airbnb it.
Airbnb it.
Yeah, we're Airbnb it, but we're not going to be in the crappy
rent-
part of
We're not going to be.
Do we all need to bring knives?
At that moment,
Tasers.
we rent a
Tasers.
cutlass, we get some beer, and we fucking go.
with the metal fist in the backseat. It'd be perfect.
This last, we actually went to AC Beer Fest last year, just as everything opened. The all the tri-state, all the governors said, "Yeah, you're open," and within days it was AC Beer Fest.
Yeah.
We go down. We stay at a crack house as an Airbnb. I slept with a Bowie knife.
No.
He did unnecessarily, but yes, he did.
No, it was.
And
We were all glad he had it.
I mean, in hindsight, he didn't need it, but I guess
Killed
you know,
hookers my ass.
And I eat them too.
all I know is when we went to walk out
do you
and
think
we
was for dinner?
went to go to my car, there was a crackhead right outside smoking crack right by my car.
Just watching your car
so
for you. You
against
gotta pay
your
those
car,
guys.
leaning up against his car.
What time was it? Like
Yeah.
9 o'clock in the morning?
You gotta
Hey, how
pay
doing?
them-
You got eggs for me?
It exactly
watch
was
your
9
car.
o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
Ah, Jesus.
yeah, we had to be out by like
So
10 hours.
how was the crack?
Yeah,
Did he exchange
Bitter.
like a share? Did
It was
he do a
bitter.
crack share?
Yeah, it's
Very bitter.
Very bitter. Oh,
The West Coast crack. Very piney.
this fucking guy.
It was a piney crack.
It's good to have you back, Pete. We miss you, South Shore.
looking good.
Cracky the Elder.
Gentlemen, give us our last words. Steven, something before we get out of here, and I'm sure it has to do with hookers.
Make sure you bind him before you kill him.
Well, that's terrible. Oh, wait, Pete, don't say yours yet, because I got to plug this in for the outro, and I totally forgot about an outro being a possibility that we need to handle, I need to handle. So many things to go. Go ahead.
It's 2022. Go and fuck that pangolin.
Oh, my goodness.
Do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is The Wort with Mike, Pete, and Steve, GubsRadio.com. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight. We will be live again on January 24th, and we will also have this show for you in podcast form coming up on tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. I'm going to say tomorrow.
Depends on Mike's
Maybe
workload.
tomorrow.
At work
Yeah, it
tomorrow.
depends on Mike's workload tomorrow. This is The Wort with Mike, Pete, and Steve, GubsRadio.com, and we out.
Cheers.
Well, that's 2 hours of your life you're never getting back.
First off, it was 3 hours.
What the fuck? Honestly, how can you talk about beer for 3 hours?
It's beer. There's so many elements in it.
Where's mine? It's been 3 hours and I don't even get a single beer.
You don't get shit.
This is The Wort on Gubs Radio. I hope you're drunk enough.